Yeah. I'm back in New York groove. I'm back in New York groove. I'm back in New York. Woo! Let's go! Damn right we're going to do a victory party. Damn right. Yeah. Okay. First things first. Shout out to Adam Forner. Appreciate the cash app. Appreciate you, brother. Man. You guys hear me? Guys hear me well? Everybody hear me good? Before we get started, before we open up the chat, I just feels good. Feels really good to watch the Giants get a win today. They played, and here's the thing. They played a game where it was a complete game of start to finish, gate to wire, and controlled the whole game, set the pace on the whole game. The Eagles played at the range the Giants wanted them to play at, and we didn't luck up into that win. We thoroughly dominated that game. I won't say dominated, but we definitely dominated the first half. Second half, the Eagles gave us a much better game, and after the first game, I felt like we were the better team, and you don't ever double or nothing with a guy like Pizzle, and you got double moonwalked. And so Philly 500, everybody's hero, everybody's Eagle fans' heroes. He got double moonwalked. So he literally got the definition of double moonwalk. So I get the strap. Some people call it a belt. 60-Minute Man calls it a strap. Can't wait to have some fun with it. We're gonna have a load of fun with it. And so it's gonna be great. So let's get the party started. Let's put some invites out there for some people that want to come on. I know a lot of people have been wanting to say what's up. So we'll go ahead and put this out there. There's the link to the stream. If you want to come on, say hello. Want to talk about the game? Be great. Be awesome. I think we're the best team in the NFC East right now. You can tell me how bad the division is, whatever. But I've watched us play the Eagles twice. I watched us play all three teams. And obviously we've got 3 wins in the division. We got a loss to the Eagles and a loss to the Cowboys. Can't wait till we play the Cowboys again. I think we're a better team than them. And so, can't wait. Just can't wait to do it. All right. So let's get it started. Bruin Steel.
Hey, what's up, Cop Pizzle?
What's up, my man? What's up?
Hey, I didn't get a chance to talk to you face to face, so
Well, congratulations on your win today as well.
yeah. Just want to let you guys know. I just want to let you know that you were the guy that made me join TTC. So you were the first ever TTC video maker that I saw. I figured, man, this guy's good, and I'm a Steelers fan. I kind of want to do a little trash talking, so you kind of inspired me to join TTC. So I really appreciate that.
Oh, you got it, man. You had a good time with it.
Yeah,
You had fun?
I'm not really in a TTC anymore, but I just do like recap videos now. So like I just leave because there's just like so many idiots in the TTC. Like for example, Beast of the East faked his own death. I don't know if you heard about that. I don't know who the guy was.
I heard about Well, I mean, what I'm saying,
basically it's the reason why I left the TTC.
I'm saying, have you had fun making videos on YouTube though?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So I mean, like somebody like myself, I just planted the seed. and you just started doing it, and you sprouted up.
Oh well, man, you're a legend.
I'm subscribed to you.
Yeah,
I think you know that. But anyway,
I don't think you're subscribed. I I don't think you are subscribed.
No,
I don't
I'm
think,
almost 100%. I'm subscribed.
yeah. Well, my Steelers got the win. Oh my God. First time in Steelers franchise we're 9-0. That's just insane.
Yeah. Hey, congrats. We're coming. We're coming though. Maybe we'll meet. I know we lost to you week 1. I
Yeah,
want that rematch. Maybe we'll see you in the Super Bowl. I don't know.
yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for Shanquan Barkley, what we did to you guys. Like he only had like what, -2 yards or something like that. I feel really
Look,
bad.
I mean, the thing is, I don't know really. I don't know. You know, the Giants, truthfully, and I'm not saying this just because of the fact that we lost, but we're a completely different team than we were week 1.
Oh yeah.
We're much. I wish we would have had a preseason going into that game. You guys were much more experienced, much more ready team than we are. I mean, obviously, just looking at the two teams, you know, from the roster standpoint, and then your coaching staff. I love Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's like my favorite coach that's not a Giant. I mean, I think he's great, and so I think if we played you guys now, I think we'd give you an even better game. And not that we gave you a bad game week 1, but I think the Giants are going to be in my opinion, and I said it weeks ago, not just after today, they're going to be a second half team, just a much better team, compete a lot better in a lot of these games and flip some of these losses into wins. So I think, you know, I wish we could play a real quality team like the Steelers again, just to see where we stack up.
Yeah, just a heads up. I live in New York, so I'm glad I'm not a Giants or a Jets fan because I'd be so like pissed off. So why I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan is actually I grew up in Pittsburgh and I grew up in Pittsburgh as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad found work in New York, so like when I was like 5 years old, I was in Pittsburgh for quite a while now, and then I was born in Texas actually, and then as an infant, my family moved to Pittsburgh, and then I spent most of my life there, and then we moved to New York. So I was kind of sad to leave the Pittsburgh area because, damn, how am I going to go to these Steeler games, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, anyways, congrats on your team. How about you hate the Eagles?
no, not really.
Yes, you do. You do hate the Eagles.
I would say this go. You guys should have swept. You guys should have swept them, honestly. I don't know why you guys choked that first meeting. Like I picked you guys to win both times, and the first one just screwed me over. You guys should have swept them, no doubt about it. And what was that your first win in so long? Like you ended.
I mean they beat us 8 games in a row, so it'd been years. So since we beat the Eagles, so that's why today felt so good. But Bruin Steel, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for being a loyal subscriber. And I know you comment a lot on my videos, so I appreciate you, man. And good luck to your Steelers the rest of the way.
And thanks for that hate week against the Steelers. You kind of called Roethlisberger a rapist. That's what everyone said.
I don't think I called him that, did I?
No, I think you did. Yeah, you're like, I think you did.
No, I didn't say. I said that. I said something like it, but I didn't say rapist. I didn't say the actual word rapist, but I did hint at it. Yes.
Yeah, that hate week was kind of funny.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Bruin Steel. Thanks for joining me.
Yep.
Bruin Steel in the house saying what's up. Let's get Joey Locks. You there? Joey got locks.
Okay. I'm not going to make any excuses.
Good job. For you, huh?
Good job. You guys beat us.
I told you what was going to happen.
But listen. You were ignoring me all week. I made 2 videos on my channel about you, and I made a bet for you.
You and everybody else, Joe.
And you didn't accept it. And the bet was good, man. I'm telling you. And you would have
won. No, the bet was stupid.
You accepted it.
The bet was stupid, Joe.
You didn't. Did you even know what it was?
Joe, you said, here's your bet was about as good as your YouTube name. You said, it doesn't matter who wins the game. It comes down to whose quarterback plays better, Wentz or Daniel Jones. So like Daniel could play bad and the Giants win and still I lose the bet somehow. That's stupid. That's what booger eaters do, Joe.
It's not, because you have to understand something is that you were.
By the way, Daniel did play better than Wentz today, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll give him that. But listen, what you have to understand is you were talking a lot of smack on Wentz. And I
was correct.
Okay, you were. But before this game, you were talking a lot of smack on Wentz, so I just wanted to see if you could back it up. But
Joe, get your YouTube up. All right, get your YouTube up.
I'm
Get
trying,
some
but listen,
YouTube up, then come at me. I'm dealing with Philly 500. I'm dealing with E-Rock. I'm dealing with some heavy hitters. I can't deal with all of you.
All right, but listen. Let me say this. Why are you happy that the Giants won today?
What do you mean, why am I happy? What the fuck? What kind of question is that, Joe?
Okay.
Is this some kind of weird draft book reading stuff?
Listen to this. Your next 6 opponents are the Bengals, Seahawks, Cardinals, Browns, Ravens, Cowboys. Do you think you're going to win at one of those games?
Joe, I just need enough wins to win the division, Joe.
But that's the problem. You're not. Like, I understand you guys are happy. You know, we had our own mistakes. We beat ourselves.
Joe, you did not beat yourself today. The Eagles were thoroughly dominated from gate to gate today. And in fact, hold on. In fact, if you take both games, you take all 8 quarters together, the Giants dominated the season series against the Eagles this year. Like we split 1-1, but the truth is, you know, and I know that the Giants gave away the first game. You didn't give away today's game. We took it.
Okay. But listen.
And held on to it.
I think our coach killed us this game because listen to this.
No, Joe.
The score was – all right, but let's listen to what I have to say. The score was 21-11. We scored a touchdown. For some reason, my coach decided to go for 2, which he didn't have to. The score should have been 21-18. We know that. Didn't
they get the 2-point conversion there? No, they didn't. It was 21-17. You're right.
It was 3-11, and then.
But he got the 2-point conversion on the first try, which made it.
Shouldn't have went it for the second try because you would have been down by 3, and that's all you needed. So instead of that, the score should have been 21-18. You guys go down the field and you score a field goal, correct? So then it would have been 24-18.
Joe, this sounds like woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Why is my coach going for it on 4th and 10 with 7 minutes left in the game?
That's your problem, not mine.
Got to kick that field goal. And
Joe, it sounds like you need to go down to Lincoln Financial Field, knock on the coach's door, and say, "What the fuck's the problem?" Look, that didn't cost you the game today. The Giants. The Eagles defense couldn't even stop the Giants offense today. And let me say this. And I'm going to say this for all the booger eaters out there that can't stop slobbing on Saquon Barkley. If Saquon Barkley is as good as some people think he is, you guys would have got it be even worse today. Like, I mean, the fact is, we probably could have won that game by more. We probably could have won the first game. I mean, I'm serious. I understand that the Eagle fans, like I couldn't believe. I understand that you guys had this weird confidence of 8 in a row and you own. But how could you have watched the first game and felt way confident going into today's game? Like today is because what happened.
We know that you guys.
And I, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, you might have only kept it close the first time or won the first time because it was a short week and you got the home game that Thursday night. Okay. We got a full week, we got a full camp, and we got our game at home and we thoroughly dominated.
But I'll say this though. I think
Joe, are the Giants not the best team in the NFC East right now?
No, they're not.
I don't know how you say that, Joe. Who is? It can't be the Eagles because I've watched the Giants and Eagles play twice, and I don't know how you're going to say it's the Eagles. And look, I give you props for coming on right now. Lord Brunson won't show his face. Philly 500 is crying somewhere. E-Rock is somewhere fishing. Okay, so I give you credit for showing up. But the fact is,
I'm not going to be hiding. I'm going to
I agree credit. But you can't say to me after watching them play 2 games that the Eagles are better than the Giants. No fucking way. You can't. Yeah, and don't give me the crap about when Pat Shermer was the coach or Ben McAdoo, because Joe Judge Giants should be 2-0 against the Eagles right now.
Okay, well, you can say that, but I know as what I watched the game is that we outplayed ourselves. I know there was like.
What do you mean you outplayed yourselves? And let me tell you, you guys were pretty relatively healthy today. Like you guys got guys back today. We
beat you because I know that if we.
Joe, I'm going to listen, Joe. I'll let you talk, but you're going to have to deal with the Giants for the next several years. Like Eagle fans you guys are fucked. I mean, seriously.
Not really. I mean, I don't think.
No, you are because you're in cap hell. The Giants are going to be a much better team going forward. Clearly, we've got our coaching staff now. We've got a franchise quarterback who looked better than Wentz today.
Do you have a franchise quarterback, though?
He looked
Do you
really.
really
He looked
trust Daniel
really
Jones
good today.
to
Like you
lead
can't.
guys.
I mean, honestly, Daniel is running for touchdowns and throwing for touchdowns. He's not one dimensional. He's two dimensional. Do you know what that means, Joe? That means he's got multiple positions. Like he can layer on our back or he can do the doggy, whichever one he wants. You know what I'm saying? He's a 60-minute man, 30 minutes this way, 30 minutes that way. Yeah. So the fact is we're talking about a quarterback who's multi-dimensional. You don't have that. Wentz couldn't even take a snap today.
Because our offensive line was decimated, but okay.
Joe, I've been dealing with decimated offensive line for the last 5 years, and you've been taking advantage of it. Look, you take your L, enjoy the stream. I'm gonna go party with some Giant fans. Okay, thanks for coming on.
Your Giants fans, but before you cut me off, just know this: the Giants will not win the NFC East.
Okay, Joe, you sound like a booger eater. Guy, I know there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys on. Just hang with me. I'm gonna get to each and every one of you. Die-hard Giants fan, are you there? Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. Okay, we'll come back to you. Bradley Jones, love the hat. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. What's up, Bradley Jones?
What's going on, Cot Pizzle? How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? From Virginia, right?
Hey, yes, sir. I'm stuck smack dab in the middle of the old skins country.
That's right. That's right. What's up, man?
Hey, I had a great day, and even better seeing the Giants beat them Cryos today. So hey, we had a great day.
Absolutely great day. What was your favorite part about the game today?
Honestly, I love seeing the defense step up. But what the main thing I loved was seeing Daniel Jones literally put the team on his back and drive down to win.
The defense played a little shaky in the second half, right? Because the Eagles came out and made some good halftime adjustments, and we needed the Giants offense to answer right back. And Daniel Jones led them right down there, made some really nice throws. Give credit to Shepard. Give credit to Slayton. These guys were making some big-time catches, and Jones was making some big-time passes. And let me say this. Nobody wants to talk about this. Nobody wants – I mean, it wasn't perfect throwing conditions either today. There was a win factor. You could see it on the kickoffs. You could see it on field goals. So the man is making excellent throws in suspect conditions. It was clearly affecting Carson Wentz. It wasn't affecting Daniel Jones. And I honestly think today was Daniel Jones' best game. Best game as a Giant.
I agree with you 100%. So Pizzle, I have a question for you. I want you to be honest on this one. All right.
Okay.
If there's a chance that the Giants could somehow win the remaining games, I think there's like 5 or 6 games. I think there's like 5 or 6 games left in the schedule.
There's 6. Yeah.
I'm not saying all 6. Let's just say 5 out of the 6.
Okay, 5 out of 6.
And the rest of the NFC East somehow manages to do trash or somehow manages to only win less. Do you think there's a possibility, in your honest opinion, that we could end up winning the division and or make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it's very possible. I think the Giants are the best team in the NFC East. I mean, again, going back to the fact that the Eagles are technically, quote unquote, the division leaders. I've watched us play them twice now, and I don't know how you watch 8 quarters of both of those teams play each other and say that the Eagles are the better team. I don't know how you come up with that conclusion. To me, the Giants are the better team. And here's the deal: making the playoffs, whether we have a good record or not, I don't give a shit. Like, just make the playoffs. Get the experience of a playoff game with our young talent, and whatever happens is a cherry on top. Like, it's literally like it's a bonus. Like, I wouldn't even care if the Giants went into the playoffs and went one and done. Like, I'd be like, okay, well, we made the playoffs. We got some experience. We won the NFC East. Like, that wouldn't matter to this team. It would matter. In the past, I would say, like, just winning into NFC East wouldn't matter to a team that's a championship caliber team. But we haven't been that for many years. So to take that step and potentially win the NFC East is a huge deal. Like, would be huge for the Giants, and you can't say otherwise. So for me, it would be I don't care what our record is. I don't care if we'd be 8-8. I don't care if we're 7-9. Like, win the division. That's a big deal for the Giants.
I agree with you 100%, man, 100%. And I'm also gonna say this: that first time we played Philadelphia, we should have won that one.
I agree. I agree.
We
Bradley.
should have.
Can I get a woo before you leave?
As old as the limousine riding, jet flying Ric Flair would say, "Woo!"
Little loud. Give me another one, Bradley.
Woo!
Give me another one.
Hey, listen, I don't want to wake up my freaking neighbors right now. All right,
All right, thank you, Brad. Thanks for joining me, Bradley.
Hey, God bless you, brother.
God bless you too. Appreciate Bradley joining me. That's good. I mean, he came out here. So let me get this one. This one's next. Fly Eagles TV. I don't know what the hell. What's up, man?
What's up? Congratulations on the win today. You're the better team. My team sucks, and we get suck in the future. You got a good future with your head coach, and you probably find your quarterback of the future if you keep playing like this in the future. And we're on Cap Pound next year, and you beat us today. So congratulations.
Fly Eagles TV, thank you so much. Tomorrow is going to be a dark Monday for you. It's going to be cloudy, not going to be a lot of sun. For the Giant fans and myself, it's going to be a very bright victory Monday. We're all going to need our sunglasses. And I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you giving me props more than some Eagle fans would do. So I appreciate you. Best of luck to your Birds going forward. Best of luck. I mean, yeah. I hope we win the NFC East. But I mean, today feels like a nice win. People can tell me it's just the Eagles, but at the end of the day, I love beating the Eagles.
I win to win, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Thank you for joining me, Fly Eagles TV.
Yeah.
All right, my man, Fly Eagles TV, just coming on. Look, here's the thing. I've been talking about this on YouTube for a long time. When you win, nobody comes to your victory video and gives you props. Nobody. But when you lose and you do these classic post-game meltdown videos, everybody loves to comment. So when an Eagles fan comes on here, yeah, we can make fun of them, but let's also give them some respect for even showing up. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big deal. All right, let's get to the next one in line. Giants Freak 1. Talk about
what's up,
we need the Hey, we need our sunglasses tomorrow.
Exactly,
because it's going to be a bright victory Monday.
Exactly.
What's up, my man?
Exactly. We need this. I'm calling from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico?
So, Puerto Rico, Papa.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been a Giants fan since 1984. So, I'm a little old. But come on,
I actually have seen you comment because you always put like the Puerto Rican flag in your comments.
That's correct.
Which I love. I actually like it. I think it's cool.
That's correct.
I always think it adds a little flavor to the comment section.
You see my picture of my two dogs with the Giants uniform too. So
that's right. That's right.
What
about today's game, man?
Oh my God! Finally, we beat this motherfucker. So I'm happy. I've been watching since 1984. So
yeah.
So
right.
I think that we have the correct coach, the correct coaches, even Joe Judge. I'm very happy. I know that you have to score to win the game, but I'm always being a defensive. I like the defense part of the game, so I'm very happy with what Graham is doing. I know that we are, we have a couple of holes, but he's making it very interesting. Well, so I'm very happy.
Here's what I will say, and I think a lot of Giant fans can say this. After 10 games this year compared to 10 games last year or 10 games year before, I feel so much better going forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Than I did last. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, again, people can say like, oh, it's 3-7, but man, you can see that something's being built here. Something nice is starting to happen. And when you start beating your rivals,
you know what? You can see in every news outlet, it doesn't even matter if they are from New York or not. The Giants are trending up.
they're starting to get a little bit more
Because,
respect.
yeah, you take out the San Francisco game,
Mhm.
and we've been in every and each game just for 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, and can, you can put the scale the other way. We could be right now at, I don't know, we are at
Well,
3-7, so
we're
easily we can have a winning record right now.
I mean, honestly, I mean, if you take the Cowboy game and the Eagle game that we gave away, the Giants should arguably be 5-5 right now. At bare
No,
minimum.
even the Chicago game and,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, we could
and
have
the
a winning
Rams
record.
game too, and
Yeah.
the Tampa Bay game. So
Yeah.
you put those 5 in the winning column, and it will be a different story. And I'm very proud of today, specifically today, because last time that game was ours,
Mhm.
and they didn't win. We lose that game.
Well,
So
they not only started well, but they
today
finished well.
we maintain the lead, and our defense bails out, and the offense. I love that they came out with a quick score in the third quarter, and we respond to that with a quick score too. So let's ball, let's game.
Giants Freak won. Thank you for coming on and saying hello, man. Let me tell you what.
This is my first time that I show my ugly mug here in YouTube.
It ain't that ugly. I've seen worse.
So
I think it looks good.
So I know you've been here for 2007, something like that. So I admire you, and I start listening to you last year, and seeing your videos. And after I subscribe, I don't know, like 5 or 6 supposedly Giants content.
Yeah.
I unsubscribe, and I just kept you, and I've been hearing about your suggestions, and that's the only channels that I follow, like Authentic, Easy G-Man or something like that. The one, the guy from Texas, I feel so for him. He has to live over there. So.
Well, let me tell you this. Every single time that somebody tells me that they're from like out of the country, like not even, it humbles me tremendously. Like I always think it's amazing that my videos would even extend beyond even this country that I live in. So it's always amazing when I get to talk to people, from Australia or England or even Puerto Rico. It humbles me tremendously. So thank you for coming on and saying hello.
You are in Kentucky, right?
No, I'm in Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. Well,
it's all the same. It's all the same.
Close.
It's all the same. Thank you for joining me, John Freak.
So sometimes we say like we were very close, but no cigar. But today is a cigar and a very neat bourbon.
That's right.
So I'm very happy, and I see your happiness in your face. So if you're happy, I'm happy.
Hey, I appreciate it, John Freak. Thank you for coming on, man. From Puerto Rico, people.
Hey, bro, take care. You have a friend and a brother over here. So if by any chance you and your precious family come to Puerto Rico sometime,
man, that's awesome.
Get in touch with me and we hang out.
All right,
party
John Freak.
like you don't even know how to party. Like you have to come to Puerto Rico.
Okay. I've actually had somebody tell me that I need to go to Puerto Rico. So I don't know if they were trying to take me out, though, but I appreciate it.
Nah, don't worry. Don't worry.
It's good to know I got a friend in Puerto Rico. All right, John, thanks for joining me.
You're going to be in good hands. Take care, Cop.
Take care, man. Man, John's Freak. Hey, I got a friend in Puerto Rico, people. That is cool. All right. The next man needs no introduction. All right, I'm just gonna bring him. Bad Dog Sports.
There was no way, Cop. I wasn't bringing out the good scotch. We're gonna have a little bit together.
That's right, brother.
What's up? How you doing? I know you're doing good. I want to ask you this right off the bat. Do you have a display case for the belt? Because I thought that you already had. Do you have a display case for the belt?
Listen to me. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have a damn good time with that belt. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I've already, me and Philly 500 have already worked out the details, and I just hope that thing doesn't get lost in some type of shipping way. I'm just excited. I'm so excited.
You went to bat for this team, shaved your head, put your channel online. I give you props. I will say that.
I appreciate it.
Cop, and this is honest to God's truth. I was ready. I'm not a betting man, but I have won money on the Giants last few weeks. But I was going to give the Eagles an extra 7 points today. They were favored by 4.5. I was going to play a pleaser, but my betting site did not offer that. I was confident today.
Is it it's called a pleaser?
The pleasers are where you give the team an extra 7 points. The teasers are where you get an extra 7 points, which I didn't want to do that. I wanted to give the Eagles an extra 7 points. But man,
let me stop and ask you this then.
Yeah.
Is how did you this is just me going into today's game, okay? And how did you not watch the first game with the fact that the Giants had to go on the road, had a short week, young team, new coach, right? And play as well as they did the first go around and not feel a little bit confident about the second go around. And I know later in the week you did, because you were telling Philly on your stream the other night that, look, the Giants are going to win if Pizzle's going to get the belt.
Yes.
So, but why? What is it that made you feel a little bit worried about? I mean, because I honestly felt good.
I felt
maybe
good.
I was just being teased.
I felt good, but it's the Eagles. You know what I mean? We had this freaking time beating them. I mean, even when they came out and scored immediately, like, oh, here we go again. But Daniel Jones, I mean, to me, that was huge. That drive was huge. The response that they had when they came out of the half, when the Eagles went right down and scored, and we came right back and scored. I thought that was enormous. I thought Daniel Jones was amazing today. I love the way the offensive line is coming together. This team is starting to come together. Listen, you know me, man. I'm impatient. Like I want immediate results, and I watched the team a long time. Giants Freakers just on here said he was old because he's been following him since 1994. I've been following him since 1984. I'm old. Yeah. I mean, I've been around the block. But I just had a lot of confidence, Cobb. I felt like, and I said this 3 weeks ago, and I was dead serious when I did the video where I said we're the best team in the NFC East, and I truly believed that when I made the video. We should have beat them the first time. We should have beat Dallas the first time. We should have beat Tampa Bay. We legitimately could be 6-3, or 6-4, I should say. But
yeah,
I felt good.
I was just saying that, and Giants Freak was saying a better record. I was just saying 5-5.
Yeah,
I honestly think, I don't know who said it. Somebody said it on TV or something, that we were the best 2-7 team ever. Obviously, we're 3-7, but I don't know what game it was. I know it wasn't the first game, and I know that I kind of took a step back after the 49er game. But I don't know if it was the Bear game, the Rams game. I don't know which one it was, but one of those games really made me feel like this team is not that bad.
Yeah.
And I know that some of the guys on YouTube that are doing like you guys and you and Chris and some of the guys, and I'm not necessarily talking about you in general, but guys were starting to have that conversation about Trevor Lawrence, or even have the conversation about the draft. And I was
I did. I'll admit.
Well, I mean, but like, I was like, this team is not great. I get where that conversation's coming from, but I don't see us being top 4 pick bad like we were a year ago.
To me, the San Francisco game.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the San Francisco game is when I thought we were going to fall off a cliff. We got killed 36-9 of their backups, and I'm like, here we go again. And then I'm like, okay, now it is. Now this team ain't going to win. This team is terrible and everything. I really thought at that point that was an embarrassing loss at home to a team that had their backups in there, their third stringers in there. We couldn't compete with them. I'm like, what happened?
Let me stop you there though. Yeah. Not to interrupt, but. I can't judge. I know what you're saying, but if it was Pat Shurmur still coaching, I'd say, well, the message is getting lost. Like I just reset everything as a fan when Joe Judge took over. I just reset and said, you know what? Maybe they'll figure it out with Joe. And they just seemed like the message was good. They were just lacking talent.
Right.
So let me ask you this: where do you stand now on Dave Gettleman?
It's funny you ask because I just recorded a video. I scheduled it for tomorrow, so you can anybody can watch that. And because this is the
do you not want to give it? Do you not want to give it away? Do you want a hint?
I just said, should we give him some credit?
That's where I was going. Like I think that Dave Gettleman. Like I made a video. I can't remember what I titled it, but I made a video where I felt like Daniel Jones, Joe Judge, Dave Gettleman. And I'm glad you came on because I respect Bad Dog as a Giants fan. I respect what he does on YouTube. And sometimes I think Dog jumps the gun a little bit. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying,
truth, I own that.
And it frustrates me because I love Dog, and I'm like, Dog, I want you to say this. And here's where I'm going with it. But now that my video that I did was, I want to keep Joe, I want to keep Daniel, and I want to keep Dave, and I want to keep the nucleus together and give them one more chance because I see something. Granted, we need wins to have results, but the fact is like I see something. I don't know what I see, but I see something. And then today I say, shit, this is what I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and so go ahead.
I was just going to say the game against the Rams, to me, even though we lost, that built character, in my opinion. They got throttled by San Francisco. They flew across the country, played a really tough Rams team, and were right in that game. The defense started to play better. And the second half of that Rams game, you could see them starting to run the ball more effectively. The offensive line starting to come together. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing a defense that is still a little inconsistent. They still give up the big play, but they're good. That front seven is good. They're getting pressure on the quarterback. They did get gashed in the running game today, which actually surprised me because we've been pretty good.
The Eagles did run the ball. Yes.
They run the ball very well, but you're seeing that come together, and the offensive line coming together is huge. The ability to run the ball is huge because it takes pressure off Daniel Jones. Yes, Shane Lemieux is a great run blocker. It's made a huge difference, Cop. There's no doubt about that. And that allows the RPO to be more effective. Thank God Danny didn't trip. That he didn't run out of his shoes. That was all. I love watching him run away from the defense.
He's sneaky fast, isn't he?
I don't even think he's sneaky fast. I just think he's fast.
Yeah, but I don't think they even.
You look at him, you're like, that guy can't run.
Yeah, that guy's not gonna be fast. And that's where I will say his game is. That's where he really beats Eli. Yeah, because Eli was never going to be able to do that.
Eli couldn't do that.
Ever was he ever going to? So when you see that and you're thinking like, holy shit, like I get it now. Like it resonates. And I'm going to say this too. I want to hear your take on this. And guys, for everybody that's in the waiting, I will get to everybody if you just hang on and wait, please. Daniel made some of the best throws I think he's made as a Giant. I mean, I felt like Daniel Jones today was at his very best for us. And I know that I'm just giving you a chance. Like, I know that you have been, and I was hard on him early.
I've been critical of him. Absolutely.
Yeah, you were critical, but like today is a day where like, man, like if you had doubts,
today.
Yeah, it's hard to have doubts in him after today's performance.
The reason I'm so hard on Daniel Jones, for anybody that doesn't know why I am, if you haven't heard me say this before, it's because I expect a lot out of Daniel Jones. Yeah. I'm a big Daniel Jones fan. Yeah. Like I expected before the season started, I'm saying he's the second best quarterback in this division. Okay. I was saying he was going to be a top 10 quarterback in the league this year and make the Pro Bowl. Like I had very high expectations for Daniel Jones because of a game like this. You see when he puts it all together, what that he can be. He just needs to do it on a more consistent basis. And again, I do jump the gun. I say it all the time. I am 0 to 100 like that. That's my personality. I'll be driving along. Some asshole cuts me off. Oh, there it is. It just comes out of nowhere. I'm an Italian New Yorker. What do you expect from me? That's just how I'm wired, okay? But it's all out of love. It's not like I hate this team. You just have
a different way about it.
I have a very different way about it. Thank God there ain't many like me, but
as far as the rankings go, like I put Daniel first, and then I put Dak second, and I put Wentz third. And look how the Cowboys have completely collapsed now without Dak. And Dak, you got to give him he's a good quarterback.
He's good.
He was good, and man, he might be the best. I mean, the way they were playing against us the first go around before he got hurt. So, I mean, I just, it's to me, dog, I see so many. I love so many great Giant content creators, right? I mean, I honestly think I look back at all the years you've made videos and myself, and then I see all these Giant video makers, and I'm sitting there thinking like, man, look what all look at all the work that got put in that built, because there's no team. I would have anybody challenge me on this. There is no team more well represented on YouTube than Giants are.
I agree.
I mean, so represented. And I think that has a lot to do with the people that came before, a lot of the people that are on now that just built that foundation of just passion, and you're a part of that. And so, no, don't get me wrong. I think absolutely it's good. It's always good to have a different take. It's just the problem is, dog, when I think sometimes you will be a little bit more glass empty rather than glass half full.
That's my personality.
I know, but I honestly feel like, dog, as a big Giants fan, and you're a big Giants fan too. It's just I feel like we're today is the first day in a long time that Giants football's back.
I agree.
Like it's back.
I agree.
And I'm not saying back is like we're going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not going that crazy yet.
No, right.
But I'm saying, like, for the first time in a long time, I recognize who the hell the Giants were today.
Yeah.
I don't want to fool with that.
No, I listen. I love the way they're playing. Like I said, ever since the second half of the Rams game, I felt like that's really when I felt like we were the best team in this division. Dallas really shouldn't have won a game all year. They got a break against Atlanta. The officials gave them the game against us. I don't care what anybody says. The officiating was terrible in that game. Took 2 touchdowns away from us. The big play that they got the game-winning field goal on, there was a huge hold there that wasn't called. So I felt like we had them beat. The Eagles we definitely had beat the first time. I mean, if Evan Ingram catches the pass, I mean, we bet that. I'll tell you what. That game took everything out of me. That one hurt. That one hurt, man. I ain't gonna lie, because we had that game. Let me tell you, killed me right there.
Let me tell you what. When we did lose to the Eagles the first time, I was like, man, like maybe Dog and all the people on Chris's channel, maybe they're right. Maybe I just need to give it. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta let this shit go. Like so. I get what you're saying. Darius Slayton's catch today was tremendous.
Huge.
That was the one that like Evan Ingram dropped.
Yep.
And, and he made up for it too. Like, cause Slayton had a big drop in the fourth quarter, but then he came right back and made a play. That
adjustment he made was unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like here's another thing too about Daniel Jones that it took me, cause I was very critical the very first couple games. If you even go back and watch the post game, I was very critical. I started to realize like, okay, where is Daniel Jones's big time number one receiver? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have Alshon Jeffrey like Carson Wentz does.
Thank God you don't have him.
I know. He doesn't have Amari. Well, you know what I'm saying. He's a number one. He doesn't have Amari Cooper, I mean, I like Darius Slayton. I love Darius Slayton, but I think Darius Slayton would be a better number 2 receiver than a number 1.
Yeah.
I think he would shine in a number 2 role. So, for me, it's like I still think Daniel needs a weapon or two to be really, really good. Mm-hmm. And I think that he's working with what he's got, and he's succeeding. Today, the offense, Jason Garrett caught a beautiful game, I thought. And that was the best game the Giants have played in a long time.
I agree. And I'll tell you what, Sterling Shepard's been a big part of this offense.
Yeah, when he's healthy, that's why I don't get off the Sterling Shepard train. Like I'm off the Evan, because when Shepard plays, damn, he plays with a dog.
He's good.
Like he's good, but like he just can't stay on the field. That's what's frustrating. It's like I don't, and that's why I don't get off his train, because like he just plays so damn good when he plays.
Yeah,
but he just can't stay on the field. So, man, I'm so happy, dog.
We're going in the right direction, man. And I'm telling you, we just get a couple more pieces. We got a lot of cap space going forward next year. Mm-hmm. We get a defensive end, a cornerback too, and a number 1 wide receiver, especially a cornerback and a defense, like a real pass rusher. Like a TJ Watt or a Bud Dupree or a Melvin.
Yeah.
You get a real legitimate pass rusher and a number 1 receiver, this team's going to be dangerous going into next year. And our schedule will not be as brutal as it was this year. I'm not going to take up any more time. I know there's a lot of people waiting to talk to you. there was no way I was not going to come on here and have a little scotch. Like I said, because it's your channel, I had to break out the good stuff, Cobb. There was no way I was not.
Well, let me tell you what. I don't want anybody to get it twisted. I love Bad Dog. Bad Dog's my boy. Bad Dog frustrates me.
Of course. I frustrate a lot of people.
Bad Dog frustrates me because I'm like, come on, Bad Dog. I'm like, come on, dog, get on board. Like, come on. Like the trains roll. I'm like, come on, dog, let's go. And I was like, no, fuck you. Like, I didn't get on the train. And so, no, I love Dog. I'm glad. Look, Winning cures everything.
It does.
And man, let's do something in the future real soon.
Damn right, man. Damn right. Have a great stream, Cop. Everybody in the chat, make sure you subscribe to this man right here. And Cop, I am looking forward to seeing you display that belt.
Oh,
it's going to look good on your shoulder.
You've watched me for a lot.
Here, baby.
You've watched me. You've watched me a lot of years. You know I'm going to have fun with it.
I've been around a long time, baby. Since you were like a kid.
You know I'm going to have fun with it.
All right, be good, Cop.
Thanks, dog, man. I appreciate it. Bad dog, you know. I told you the man needs no introduction. All right, let's try to run through some of these. Stay with me, everybody. Big Blue Jabroni.
Welcome back. How's it going, man?
What's up, my man?
Oh, feeling good today.
Are you in Bad Dog's living room? Is that his
yes,
kitchen?
I am. Back to back. Yes.
What's up, man?
Not much, man. I feel amazing off of an Eagles win, man. Does it not just feel like we are skyrocketing, man?
No, it feels like I'm on cloud nine. I mean, I feel like I'm just floating on the moon right now. I
can't believe I'm this excited about a 3-7 football. It's disgusting.
I never thought I know, right? I mean, it's just so funny because you've just been beaten down so many years now as a Giants fan, just beaten the hell up. And now you just feel good about some type of positivity about just anything, right? And it just feels so good to watch the Giants beat a rival, right? Somebody that we really want to win. We don't like it's don't get me wrong, I like beating Washington, right? But I want to win those games, but God, I wanted to beat the Eagles, or God, I wanted to beat the Cowboys, and we finally got it.
Yes, finally. And I feel like all the Eagles fans are so salty about this win because they know they're not getting those 7 wins back. They know that this is going to be a back and forth now, and if not, we're going to go for a little bit of a run.
Honestly, I think that's what they know. They know that
it's
coming. Yeah, it's over. It's over. That's what I said. Like
window shut.
It's like they are in a world of hurt going forward, and they had this little thing dangling over us, and it was hurting us, and it was bothering us. But I think now it's on. I feel like it's on, and what I love is I know for me, and I hope other Giant fans feel this way. Like we're just gonna give it to them so bad going forward.
Oh, what a bye week! What a win to go off a bye week.
I know. That's another. Oh, I was telling Baby Doll that I was like, you know what? I just want to win and feel good for a couple weeks, just a couple weeks.
If we would have beat the Eagles and then the Redskins, the bye week would have been like, okay, I'm ready to watch some football. But I can sit on this win for a little bit. I can savor this. Yeah,
I can sit on this for a little while. Yeah.
Yes, I'm in no rush, man.
And just enjoy this one. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And now Xavier McKinney coming back.
Yeah. I forgot. I was going to mention that to Bad Dog was the fact that we're only going to get better going forward.
And next year, when we start off, Saquon Barkley or Saquon Bustley, depending on what side of the fence you're on, he's an added piece compared to going into the year of if he doesn't have 2,000 yards, we ain't going nowhere.
I don't know how you watch Wayne Gallman play this way. And not say, I'm not talking about starting, but not say this kid needs some snaps for sure next year. I don't
care who's playing in front of him.
I don't know how you don't give him some respect going forward because this dude is taking on a big role for us. There's no question about who's running the ball, who's taking majority of snaps at running back for us now. He's taken on a big role and he has thrived at it. He's been great. And watch him just run people over today and just know what his frame is. It's like, man, that's Giants football. Like, well, this is what I've been looking for, and this guy gets it.
And it's going to let Saquon know you run forward and you give it your all. Those plays are there.
Yeah. I think what's crazy is I think Wayne Gallman showing Saquon how to operate in this offense. Yeah, because I mean the first couple of weeks it was like, where the hell is Saquon going?
And also, it's nice to see that Gallman was the guy who broke out, not Freeman, who's not going to be here forever, not Morris, who knows how long he's going to be in the league. Homegrown talent, still young, completely bought in with the way he's running and the way he's playing. You could see the sideline gets excited when he has these runs where he's plowing people over and he's doing
on the fringe of not even being on the team, and he worked his way back on it, and now he's became a big role, and it looks like going forward. He's going to be a part of our offense.
Oh, absolutely. Can't
How
score.
do you not get excited about that?
Absolutely. Who the?
Uh-oh.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take some more champagne. Thanks.
Oh, you want to open some champagne?
No, I'm just saying they just delivered it.
Yeah.
They brought more. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, cool, man. I don't know what it is, but it's mine now.
Big Blue Jabroni, thanks for joining me, man.
Of course, man.
I always appreciate it. Oh, my boy, Big Blue Jabroni. What a character, Mike.
What's good?
I know you've been. Thank you for being patient and waiting
No
for
problem.
me. What's up, my man?
Fired up. Fired up.
You're fired up. All right. Feels good to finally beat the Eagles, isn't it?
Yeah, my best friend's an Eagle fan, and
Good.
he's been 4 years in a row. He's been, it's so easy beating you guys. It's a bye week every week.
What was the first thing? What was the first thing you said to him after the game was over? What was the first thing?
Said good games.
You just you did it like a professional, didn't you? You did it like you've been there before. I'm sure he's been saying all this crap, and you said, "Good game, bro." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you win. This is how you act. You act civil when you win.
Yep. Finally, Ingram. He was okay blocking, but I'm done with him still.
Oh, I'm done with Evan Ingram too.
Daniel's finally turning the corner, so that's good. At least no turnovers.
Yeah, no turnovers. That he was good today. I thought it was his best game.
Probably all season. 300 yards, right? Something like that.
It could have been 3 miles worse, and I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mike?
I can't. That's Slayton drop was bad. I don't know.
Yeah, but he came back and he made a big time catch.
He made up for it. Yeah.
Well, he made up for it. Who you rocking? Is that a Saquon Barkley jersey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be in trouble next year. Wayne Gallman's coming for us.
I don't think we should pay him the world when his contract.
No, I don't think we should either. Because I mean, we're showing that we have the ability to move the ball without a very high priced running back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If our offense was completely stuttering as the year went on, then I would say, yeah, we gotta have Saquon. But we're showing the ability that you don't have to have him. Don't get me wrong. I want him to succeed. I want him to be good. Mm-hmm. But we're showing that we don't have to have him.
Yeah, we might have. I think it'd be probably best to trade him, get something for him maybe next season.
We'll see. I mean, one step at a time, Mikey.
Yeah, we need to see what he does next year, though.
We got to see if we can make the playoffs first.
This year, yep.
All right, Mike. Thanks for joining me.
Have a great night.
Can I get a woo? Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Mike's fired up over there. Here we go. Here's a good one. ACM 135 coming at you. Right. What's up, man?
I got another promo for you.
Start the finger pointing. Go ahead. Start the finger pointing.
Right. Well, I just got.
Are you wearing a red? Or is that a red Saquon? We never win in those jerseys, ACM.
Well,
we never win in the red jerseys.
Well, we did today.
All right. What's up, man? What's up?
I got one question for you.
Okay.
And all the Giants Nation and everybody in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all in?
I'm all the way in. I can't. I'm actually stuck. ACM.
Good. Because that's what we need. We're all in.
From you have a pencil in your hand? Put the pencil down. Put the pencil down before you hurt yourself, ACM. Thank you. Here we go. All right, go ahead.
We're gonna need that mentality going forward. Every game now is worth something.
Mm-hmm.
And from right here today, November, what is it? 13th?
I think it's the 15th, ACM. I think because it was Friday the 13th and now it's the 15th. So it's the 15th, November 15th.
November 15th.
Okay.
This is the day.
Okay.
Where we turn everything around.
Mm-hmm. We'll remember this day forever.
Everything starts firing on cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't never going back.
Okay.
This is start something a brand new dynasty.
Okay.
Maybe not this year.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. But little bit of hope.
Okay.
All the support
Mm-hmm.
of the fans.
Mm-hmm.
This team could be very special. Don't forget it.
Is that it? The reason I say this is because let's get our hands in here. Let's get our hands in here. Okay, we got our hands in here. Okay, ready? Yeah, are you going to lead us with a breakdown here? Like, go Giants! Like, are you going to break? You're supposed to break it down. You gave us the speech.
All right.
Everybody get their hands in here.
On 3, give me a woo.
Okay, go ahead. Count us down.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! Thank you, ACM, for joining me. I swear, like every time ACM joins me, he's like the guy at the party that's like, "Hey, dude, come over here!" Like, and he sneaks you over to the corner. He's like, "I got the good stuff. You want some of this shit?" Like he's like whispering and shit. And so he always, I don't know. Wait a minute, I forgot to ask you. Wait a minute. Wait, ACM, come back. Are you a 60-minute man now?
I'm a 120-minute man.
That's too long, ACM. That's too damn long. Okay, we can't be 120 minutes. You want to kill her? I mean, that's all. Okay, let's get on to Ryan Beckham Jr. Are you there?
Cop Pizzle, how you doing, man?
Ryan Beckham, are you related to Odell?
I wish I was, brother. I wish I was.
No, you don't. But go ahead. What's up, man?
Hey, congrats on the big win, my man. I started following you last year, week 17, Eagles-Giants. You remember that game? It came right down to the end. Giants.
There's another one we could have won.
Yeah, I know, but turning it around this year, man. There's 2 things I wanted to get your perspective on.
Okay.
How about that defense, man? Just lights out lately. I'm a big fantasy guy. I know you're not as much, but I've been picking them up, man. The defense is just going ham, man. What do you think, bro?
Look, the Eagles did a good job running the ball against the Giants today. I'll give them credit on that. But I've said this last several weeks. You can go back and watch some older videos in the season. I will take this defense that we have anywhere with me. I take it to Mars and defend the galaxy. You know, I mean, I feel really good about our defense. Our defense is only going to get better when they insert Xavier McKinney to it, our 2nd-round draft pick. Yep. They just keep getting better. And I think that's been the biggest turnaround is the offense has had to figure things out as the year has went on. And the defense has kept them in a lot of games and given the offense a chance to win, but the offense hasn't done it. But today, the offense put it together. And even when the defense lacked a little bit, that was okay because the offense picked them up. So my favorite thing about our defense is they're young. There's a lot of young players. It's not a free agent cap field team, like just overloaded, like how we did it a few years ago when we got Snacks and Olivier Vernon. We just killed the salary cap, spent like $200 million on it. No, we've done a lot of good things in free agency and in the draft to build this defense, and it feels so much better going forward with this unit than any other unit that we've had in a long time.
Agreed. Completely agree, man. The defense is picking up their end. Offensive line putting some things together, like you said in your post-game reaction. Wayne Gallman ran like a man today, man. He looks like a beast. You know, I'm a big fan of Saquon, but shit, you know, there's a couple backs that we have that can really shake it out, man. I mean, I don't know what it's going to look like going forward, but
I mean, I'm asking you a serious question here, Ryan. How do you go into next season and just tell Wayne Gallman to take a back seat and not give him anything?
Yeah, that's tough, man.
How do you do that? Because he's played so well for us in a situation where we've needed somebody to step up, and he stepped up.
You know what ACM, the other guys are saying too. It's like if we can tell Barkley, hey, we can take some of the load off you. There's a lot of good teams, Green Bay, New England, that have multiple running backs.
Multiple.
That can do it pretty successfully. Why can't the Giants?
I've said it, you know, I said at the very start of the year with Joe Judge. He's coming from Belichick. Belichick has never had a one big-time running back. I mean, I think he did early on with like Corey Dillon, somewhere around there. I could be wrong, but the Patriots usually don't just have a one big-time running back. They usually have multiple running backs coming out of the backfield. So I think the Giants I think Joe Judge's team, he wants his team to have multiple running backs. So to me, this mindset that some Giant fans are stuck in, and they got stuck in this mindset because of OBJ. You know, we don't have to have a superstar on our offense. We don't have to have that. We just need to have people doing their job. So for me, it would be great if Saquon, I think Saquon would be a better running back if he had help like Wayne Gallman Jr. to help him.
And, you know, that goes right along with Joe Judge's style too, Cop. It's like that type of coach, you don't need the star player. If you have solid pieces willing to do their job, you got a good, you know, mix of players on the offense and defense. You put it all together with a coach like that, you know, play hard for each other. I don't know, man. Look out. I think this team's going in the right direction, my man.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know how you can be a Giants fan and not see that this team is going in the right direction. Like, I understand, like, it's nobody wants to be 3-7, right? We would much rather be 7-3. But after watching several years of Giants football, how in the world are you not feeling good as a Giants fan right now going forward? I mean, this is to me this is why you hired Joe Judge. This is why we brought in Dave Gettleman. This is why we did all the things we did to try to build on this.
Absolutely. You said it well, man. I hope Giants can pull it out here, man, down the stretch. It'd be nice to see them in that first place with a playoff, you know, going in the playoffs with that home field advantage, man, because you never know what they did to the Bucs on Monday night. You know, it's like you said, you get so reeled in, man. It's like, shit, just give me something to work with. And I feel like we're kind of there. So it's exciting, man. I appreciate you having me on, Kyle.
Absolutely, Ryan. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching, man. I appreciate you. And thank you for coming on and saying hello.
You got it, bro. Good luck rest of the season, my man. Yes, sir.
That's right. Good. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Big Blue. Can I get a woo?
Right. Let's go, Big Blue.
Can I get a woo?
Woo!
That's what Ryan had to dig deep for that one. I liked it. All right, we're going on to Rob. Oh no, Rob.
What's up, brother?
How's it going, man?
Good, man. Listen, man, first off, I want to say congrats on the win. You know, you guys did great.
Appreciate it, Rob. Appreciate it.
You know, I grew up in South Jersey, so that's the other side of Jersey. People always ask me, oh, how come you ain't a Giants fan? I said, well, Jersey's kind of split. You know, if you're from South Jersey, usually you're a Philly fan or you know, depends. Now, once you get to, you know.
Well, I mean, the times I've been there, South Jersey seems more Philly Eagles populated, and North Jersey's more Giants.
Yeah, it's like Delaware, like the whole Tri-County area.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but, you know, that was a great win for you guys. One thing I noticed was on you guys' side, nobody's giving Jason Garrett enough credit. I live in San Antonio right now, and this is an area where all Cowboy fans migrate, and they all hated Jason Garrett. They were bashing him, and I said, you guys are going to miss him when he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, look at their situation. But I mean, it is what it is. I've been a fan since like going back to Andre Waters and, you know, Reggie White. So I've been an old school fan, you know, like when you guys have Mark Bavaro, and, you know, all those great Giants. It's always a great game between the both of us, man. So
absolutely.
You know, it should be interesting going down the stretch. I think you guys' running back was used great. Peterson, I mean, he's looking incompetent right now. I mean, and this is just me being unbiased right now. He's looking incompetent. He's not looking like, you know, the head coach that was, you know, calling plays in 2017. Well, actually, I don't know if you heard it or not, but a lot of Eagle fans are saying that the reason why on our head coaching side we got a Super Bowl was Frank Wright. I don't know if you know who he is or not.
Yeah, he's the coach of the Colts.
Yeah, so he was our offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. And he's done good for the Colts.
Right. He initially wasn't supposed to get that job. It was another guy. As a matter of fact, it was the Patriots offensive coordinator who used to coach the Browns.
Yeah, McDaniels.
So
but I don't think McDaniels wanted the job.
Right. So then that's when they said, call Frank Wright, and they called him up. And we've kind of regressed since then. I mean, we've still been competitive, but 2018, okay, wild card, losing divisional. Last year, losing home wild card. And this year, you know, everything's a lot vanilla. Now, kudos to you guys' defense. You guys did it, man. But, you know, I just wanted to give a shout out, man. It's always bad losing, but I don't like losing to Cowboys. That's the only team.
Well, look, I've already said it once, and I'll say it again, and this is for everybody too in the chat. for you to come on to give your props as an Eagles fan, I respect that. That's what it's all about. Obviously, I don't like the Eagles. I hate the Eagles, but I always respect a man coming on and taking his loss like a man. There's a lot of YouTubers that are Eagle fans that are well respected. They're they're sort of hiding right now. So I appreciate you absolutely for coming on. And just to get to your point, I think Jason Garrett is a fabulous offensive coordinator. I don't know if he makes for a great head coach, but I think, and I felt that way about Pat Shurmur. For me, like I think Jason Garrett has been brilliant the last few weeks for the Giants because he's finally figured out what his personnel is. He knows what people can and can't do. How could he know that the very first couple of weeks when they didn't have any preseason action? Like, I mean, we have to remember as football fans, like this is a COVID season. Like these guys didn't have, training camp was messed up. They didn't have preseason. If you were calling plays, how do you know what to call if you don't know what your guys can and can't do? You can only see so much in practice. So for me, like what I have seen is Jason Garrett has made the adjustments. He's done a great job. I agree with you. I thought the Cowboys made a terrible mistake in letting him go. Even though I don't think he's a great head coach, they were always competitive with him. And Dak always looked good with him calling the plays. So end of the day, I'm happy the Giants have him. As far as Eagles go, it is what it is.
I don't want to take up all your time, but I'm like this here. Like, I'm glad to see a Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
now,
I mean, look,
win. This is the next thing for me. You see that?
Yeah, the Sixers.
I'm born in '82. I ain't seen. I was too young in '83.
Yeah.
So right here, I want to see these. See, my bad. I want to see them win one. So, but I'm not gonna hold up your line, brother. Hey, good luck to your Giants, man, and we'll see what happens in the end, man.
I appreciate you coming on, Rob. I appreciate it. And look, bad luck to your Eagles the rest of the way.
Okay.
I'm just playing, man. I hope it's a great fight all the way to the end.
Absolutely, man.
All right, Rob. Thanks for joining me, man. That's Rob. Hey, I think you guys got to give these guys respect that are Eagle fans that come on and say what's up. All right, let's go on. Let's go on to the next man in line.
Man,
Big Blue in the Bronx. Look how happy you are. Look at you.
Well, the Giants won against the Eagles. Why wouldn't I be happy?
Well, just, I can't stop smiling either. What's up, man?
Man, all the Twitter people, man, it's just like all the people that are still complaining. Listen, Daniel Jones, he makes some mistakes, but this was one of his best career games. Didn't throw a passing touchdown, but did not turn over the ball.
Yeah.
Didn't turn over the ball.
Yeah, I mean, he's look. I just said it to Rob. Like these guys, the coaches, the player, they're making adjustments. Like they're making adjustments, and we're better for it. We all we can do as fans is just beg them to be better each and every week. And Daniel, love him or hate him, the man is giving effort. He's trying to improve. He's not making silly mistakes. You can clearly see he's putting in the work. And all I can do as a fan is respect that. Right. I mean, and at the end of the day, I hope it works out that Daniel Jones will have a big 15, 16-year career for the Giants. I mean, absolutely. That's what I'm looking for. But, for me, man, I think today was his best game by far. And I don't care about stats. I mean, you can tell me another game he had better stats, but today I feel like today he became a New York Giant.
Hopefully. And then obviously, so I have twin brother, he's a Jets fan, unfortunately for him. And, I've seen the last couple of weeks, these Jets fans have been, obviously urging themselves or urging other people to get on the train of fire Gase, in which they should, because it's terrible. And then, they had faith in Sam Darnold, and then now they don't have faith in Sam Darnold. And then obviously he was making fun of me throughout the entire game. Oh, is it going to be the tale of two halves where the Eagles totally come back and beat the Giants? And I said, well, you never won against the Eagles in history. So, and then I made fun of him because he's got a Sam Darnold jersey in the closet. Meanwhile, he wants to tank for Trevor. And obviously, you still have those clowns, Giant fans on Twitter that always say, I saw one today, was like, there's a possibility the Giants win this terrible division. Dave Gettleman and Daniel Jones stay. Is it worth it? Well, if your team's moving in a positive direction, obviously it's worth it. Like,
yes.
Exactly. And I think, let's just say maybe Daniel Jones, maybe he's just, I don't want to make this prediction, but maybe he's just an average quarterback, and the Giants say, okay, we'll stick with him. You know, you just have to build around him, and you have to accept the fact that he's not going to be maybe 6th overall value, but maybe he's still a decent quarterback for the future. And people need to accept that.
I don't know why. I don't know why everybody wants to burn the house down after a few games. I just don't understand that. I don't understand that logic. You know, what's funny is you bring up the Jets, and Giant fans could easily look at Jet fans and say, why the hell would I want to be this? Right? I mean, you bring in Sam Darnold, for example, you have all this hype and hope, and you just throw them away in the trash. Like, you don't even say to yourself, well, maybe it's the coaching, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. You just say, oh, we'll start over and give something else. Well, you'll do the same thing to Trevor if the first couple games go bad there as well. So it's like, you know, what the Giants are doing is, and it's funny because I think the next man I'm about to bring on, I think he's been saying this, and this is the total truth. The Giants are building their team to be exactly like the Miami Dolphins are. And the Miami Dolphins, in my opinion, are going to win the AFC East. And they look really good. And if you watch the Miami Dolphins play, I love the way that team plays, and I feel like the Giants are 1 year away from being exactly like them. You have to build it somewhere. You have to go through a storm before you get to the rainbow. You can't skip the storm and just have the rainbow. It's not going to be just instant like that. So for me, you know, the Giants have had a couple rough patches this year, but again, it's a COVID year. It's a COVID season. How can you expect them just to come out of the gates with a new coaching staff, a lot of new players, and just automatically be good? Like, I just don't get that. So for me, it's been easy to just kind of stay in this fight. It's been, you know, to see them succeed today and win and look like a really legit football team. The Giants look like a legit football team today, a legit one, not just somebody who just beat Washington, right?
Yeah.
They look like a legit football team. You can say the Eagles are bad, whatever, don't care, but they look legit today. That's building on something. Like, that's a process. And for me to see the players buy into it and to see it produce a win, that's what it's all about, man.
It comes down to two things. Number one, obviously, there was going to be an outlook whether, let's just say the Giants won this game, lost this game. Everyone was going to look at us a certain way if we won this game because, now you could take them seriously now because they beat the Eagles other than the Washington football team. And look at down the stretch. We face 4 teams that are over 500, 2 of them not. I think we could beat the Bengals. I think we could beat the Browns, and I think we could beat the Cowboys. Number 2, for those the fans, you know, all get rid of Gettleman. Listen, look, I've criticized him on a lot of moves, especially on my podcast. But, you know,
I don't know how you start. I don't know how you can even have right now a bad thing to say about Dave Gettleman. I understand there's been some, but like, this team is starting to look like a legit contender. And it's not even about the fact that they beat the Eagles. It's just the fact that they're starting to come together with a lot of young players, young pieces, right? Players that you wouldn't even expect are out there making plays all of a sudden. And we haven't even gotten Xavier McKinney back on this defense yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? To me, to watch guys like Shane Lemieux, to watch guys like Pert, right? To watch guys like Dexter Lawrence, to watch a free agent like James Bradbury, a free agent like Blake Martinez, and you say, well, who the hell brought those guys in? Who brought them in? Gettleman did. Like, and so for me to sit there and say, okay, yeah, the record stinks, but then, man, I really like these players. I don't know how you sit there and just say, well, get rid of them. Like, I'm pulling for Dave. I really am, because he's done everything that I've asked him to do to try to fix the offensive line, give me a young and better defense. He's done all those things. So for me, if Dave's wrong, I would have been wrong, because I would have probably done the same exact moves Dave did. I'm not saying I would have brought in Jonathan Stewart or things like that, but a lot of the moves Dave did, I agreed with. So I would be fired if Dave gets fired.
What a lot of people don't realize, as well as we saw this in 2018 Gettleman was actually doing the same, is the new GM would want his players, whether it's Kevin Abrams or somebody else. He would want his players, so he's going to massacre. He's going to take all the draft picks out. Maybe he doesn't think Will Hernandez is the future guard. Maybe he just trades him for like a pick or something. And you saw that, you know, especially like if you look at the end of year 2018, we didn't necessarily have like all the pieces. You know, we didn't draft heavy. We just went in free agency. Some of it failed, some of it didn't. And, you know, people at the end of the year, even though we were choking games, said, oh, this team, possibly could be good next year if you add a couple of pieces. Well, we actually didn't improve. We actually regressed because of all the rookies that we played. We went from 5-11 to 4-12. It was a pretty different ball club, from a team that could stay in games to a team that was staying in games, and then when they weren't scoring points, they were giving up more defensive points. That's like the Patriots game. That's like the last game we played the Eagles last year. So I don't know where people, not thinking of that.
And again, like Dave, in my opinion, finally has a legit head coach coaching the guys that he brought in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, I don't want to go back to it because we're in a victory celebration here, but I'm not so sure the Giants really wanted to bring in Pat Shurmur. You know what I'm saying? So the fact is, I'm not so sure that Dave thought that Pat was the guy to coach the players that he brought in. So it's good to see Joe take these players that David brought in and has molded them into a good football team. Like, they're not a terrible football team. They're not the Jets. They're not Washington, right? They're not the Atlanta Falcons. And the Atlanta Falcons have got more talent on their offense than probably the Giants do, and we're getting more results. I mean, so for me, the Giants are starting to finally figure it out. It took them several games, but let's just see what happens in the second half. And if they don't win another game, they only win 3 total games, then you can make the argument that Dave goes. But to all of a sudden say Dave needs to leave after the first month was ridiculous. That was so silly, so ridiculous. And I'm rooting for Dave. I'm rooting for Daniel. I'm just rooting for so many guys.
Rooting for your team.
Yeah, I'm rooting for my team. Exactly. Like the concept of, oh shit, the first month didn't go good, so I'm just going to tank. It's crazy. It's crazy. Big Blue, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Appreciate you having me.
Appreciate it, man. All right. This man needs no introduction. There's no point of introducing him. I mean, he's just entertainer. I mean, what's up, entertainer?
Stand up, Pizzle, man. I'm so happy you got that belt, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I ain't got it yet, but I'm glad I've got it.
How long is that going to take? Because he lives in California.
I don't even know if he even knows how to send mail. I mean, he's really 500. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The man, did you watch him last, I think it was Friday when he was trying to do a live stream with Bad Dog? It was hideous.
I heard it. I didn't see it, but I heard
it was hideous.
He screwed up a bunch of times.
No, it was, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm fingers crossed it gets here. So, I mean, but I'm excited.
One of the first people I thought about after the game today was you, because you've been doing this forever. And you're one of the most passionate Giant fans I know. Yeah. So I consider myself passionate.
I beat you up sometimes.
You do beat me up sometimes.
I do. I'm critical of entertainers sometimes. I was just saying the same thing about Bad Dog. Go ahead. Tell me how you feel today.
I'm ecstatic today. And you brought up the Miami Dolphins thing. Yeah, I said that about 6 weeks ago.
You were saying that, wasn't you?
Yeah, I said about 6 weeks ago. Yeah. After we lost week 3. And I've been watching this team, and I feel like we're on a very similar timeline. And you look at the Dolphins.
Totally agree. I think that's one of the best things I think you are. I'm almost 100%. I heard you say it in a stream or something. And
I said it in a video.
Well, I can't remember but I remember you saying it. And I've actually watched the Dolphins play several times this year. And the one thing I will say about them is that, first of all, I love Brian Flores. I love their coach. I love their head coach. And I love the way they play, how hard they play. And, where they lack talent, they make up for it in effort, in my opinion. And even today's game, where it's like the Chargers have a decently talented team, but they lack a little effort, and that's why their record is what it is. And then you see the Dolphins, who I can't even probably name more than one receiver for the Dolphins.
They don't have they got Parker, but they don't have
Parker, but he's not even hardly anything. I know they got Mac Hollins, but I can't hardly name any of their players except for Tua on the offenses. And the fact is, they get results.
Same thing with the Patriots. I mean, back in the day, they got the most out of their players, and that's what winning football teams are. It's a team game, and it's about building a winning culture, and that's what the New York Giants are building right now. And the thing that I loved about this game today, one, we have an identity. We absolutely have an identity.
And tell me what you think that is.
Running the hell out of the football.
Yeah, we run the hell out of the damn ball.
You look at the last year and the first 3 games this year.
That's not only just with the running back.
Quarterback too.
Yeah, quarterback.
We had over 100 yards in the first half 2 weeks in a row. We've been over 100 yards 5 games in a row this year. That's the first time since 2015. And if you go back to last year in the first 3 games this year, they were averaging about 22 yards, 22 carries a game. They were averaging, and they only had 7 games in which they had 22 carries or more. They've had 22 carries or more each of the last 7 games. They have a complete identity shift. They've become a team that pounds the rock. It's what I've been calling for, and I'm sure you're old school like me. What we've been calling for since we've been on YouTube. We want to run the ball. We want to set up the pass, and that's what the New York Giants have become, and they're doing it without Barkley. I get excited seeing how this offensive line is performing because they're a different offensive line than when Barkley was in there. And the growth of this offensive line, getting Barkley back in there, keeping Gallman. We've got to keep Gallman. Love the way that guy runs.
How do you get rid of Gallman?
Got to keep him. He's been phenomenal. But you add that weapon, you add a wide receiver, whether it's free agency, whether it's the draft, and all of a sudden you've got a potent offense. And I'll tell you what,
you add your Plaxico Burress.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Jason Garrett caught a lot of slack, by some people. 4 or 5 weeks in, Jason Garrett is doing a hell of a job.
But I was just bringing that up in our time. And like I don't talk about this enough in my videos because I don't do my videos exactly this way. But how could you actually, if you were Jason Garrett, how do you know what to call if you've never had your team in a game situation? You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a preseason. We didn't have the option. We didn't have the options to play. And granted, you can do that in practice, but it's practice,
right?
So what I'm saying is it's theoretically okay for the fact that they struggled the first month of the season, even though they didn't struggle that bad, right? We played okay with the Steelers. We played okay against the Rams and the Bears. Maybe
the only game we've been bad is the Niners game.
The Niners game. So my point is it's completely okay to understand that you would struggle calling plays for a team that you don't know how they're going to operate.
Yeah, and it's
because I think you've even mentioned this in your video. It's like his play calling has just become amazing the last couple of weeks. I think he's figured it out.
He's completely opened it up. And like you were saying, with his unfamiliarity, it's the same thing with the players unfamiliar with him. Like if you were a logical person going into there, you knew it was going to take at least 4, 5, 6 weeks for them to hit their stride. In addition to that, you had a completely new offensive line. 60% of this offensive line never played with one another. Gates had never played the center spot. Fleming never played on this team, and you had a rookie in Andrew Thomas. So you knew, and especially Garrett. Garrett's a guy that wants to throw the ball down the field. He's not a guy that's getting the ball out like McAdoo used to in 2 seconds. He's a guy that wants time for the routes to develop. To be able to do that, you got to be able to block. And I think now you're starting to see them open it up because they've been able to block better. And I think the offense is only going to get better. Not to mention, you see some of these teams we play down the stretch. Bengals don't have a good defense. Seahawks don't have a good defense. Cowboys don't have a good defense. Giants are going to put some points up on the board these last 6 games. I think the offense is going to continue to evolve and look better.
Well, let me speaking of the offense. So I came on your channel not too long ago, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about a lot of your audience.
Okay.
And I think the conversation when I came over there was Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
And then I was being called a clown. I was being called a clown because I prefer Daniel Jones over Trevor Lawrence.
So did I. So do I. Yeah.
But the fact is a lot of the audience over there on your channel.
Yeah.
And this is not your fault, but the fact is the sky is falling audience.
I just think that's a lot of Giants fans in general.
Okay,
that's
so
sports.
So the reason why I bring that up is that's not to beat up your channel, but when I bring this up in this case, how did those guys feel today? Like, how do you when you watch the game today and you have this like negative mindset of like, I hate Daniel Jones, and he's just out there for the first time ever dropping dimes, right? He's literally Danny Dimes.
Was that Deion Lewis? He dropped that dime too on the left sideline. I think it was Deion Lewis. That was to me that was the best throw of the game. Slayton made a great catch too. Your guy,
man, Slate. He made Well, the one to Shepard was really good today too.
Shepard was a really good throw.
He made a good one to Shepard down the sideline. The Darius Slayton catch, which I thought was the game winner. I thought that was another good one. He made I think he was 20 for 28, something like that.
21 for 28.
So I mean, he was somewhere around that ballpark. I just felt like, and again, I was talking about this too. It wasn't a perfect throwing condition day either at MetLife. There was a little wind.
I'll tell you what, one of my best subscribers brought that up in my post-game video. He brought up that comment. I didn't even think about that.
There was a little wind. I mean, Carson
thing.
looked like it was affecting Carson, I feel like, a little bit.
Carson didn't play that well.
Yeah, he did. Well, I thought Daniel played better than Carson.
I'm going to tell you what, though, and I want to get back to the fans that you were talking about.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm not changing the subject. I want to know how those guys are feeling, because how do you go from I'm done with Daniel to Daniel looks like today and then say, well, shit, what do I say now?
I agree with you, but you and I both know those fans ain't going to come off their high horse. They're still going to say Daniel Jones ain't the guy. They're still going to say, and I'm completely with you on Gettleman, but they're still going to say Gettleman's trash. We have to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
I put my hands up in the air with Gettleman for about around week 4 because I still wanted to support the guy. I'm with you. Like you just said, I say to myself, if I was the GM, not that I would have done every move.
Yeah.
But if I was the GM, I would have built the team. I would have had the same philosophy and tried to build the team the same way. So I'd probably be fired. So that's why
I've said this too, Entertainer, and you can do this. Go to every move, Dave. If you have time, just go to every move Dave has made and ask yourself, would I have done that move? And if you can say majority of the time, yes, then you have to be in the same boat with Dave. If your answer is no, then you have to have the mindset, okay, what would I have done instead then? What would I have tried to do and what was actually possible to get? So you know what I'm saying? He hasn't drafted well early on. I get that. But some of these
here's why I think a big portion of the Dave Gettleman can't do anything right club is Odell Beckham fans. I think I think and I call them Odell Beckham fans because to me they're not real Giant fans. But the fans who basically just destroy the team because we traded Odell Beckham, those fans will never forgive Dave Gettleman. And to me, it was the right move. Obviously, now Beckham's gone down. He already had 2 injuries before we traded him. You got what you could, before you could trade him. But we're not going to talk about that. That's in the past. That's, I think, has a lot to do with it. But at the end of the day, how do you argue? And some people want to give the credit to Judge. Whatever. I don't care who gets the credit. How do you argue with the offseason that the New York Giants had this year? They drafted 2 guys who could potentially be franchise tackles. He brought in James Bradbury, who's the best player on the team.
Who played great today.
He played phenomenal. He brought in Martinez, who's been our best linebacker since Antonio Pierce. I mean, the way he's
for
played.
Sure, yeah.
And Leonard Williams, he brought in within a year. He's been unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And Leonard Williams, man, you give him a really good pass rusher. And I'm not – and Lorenzo Carter was playing good before he got hurt. So, I mean, you put a very good pass rusher with Leonard Williams, I think he's going to be even better. And we haven't even seen Xavier McKinney.
That's going to be another fun piece. And
that's a fun piece. That's a sexy piece.
Let's talk about the bad luck. If Baker doesn't go down, I think he progresses this year because I think he fits.
I think the defense would have been better. Yeah. I think the defense, and that's bad luck. Now, I've talked about that a lot. Like Dave might have should have figured that out during the process of interviewing these guys and maybe found that, but that was still at the end of the day bad luck.
Though.
What I'm saying is
falling asleep in meetings and stuff. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like Dave, when it came to Baker, said, man, this guy's really talented, because I don't think he gave up a touchdown in college.
Yeah.
I think he said, this guy's really talented. Maybe he might be missing a few screws up top, but we're gonna give him a chance. We're gonna roll the dice, and I think he got bit. And
let me ask you a question about DeAndre Baker. If Judge was the coach when we got DeAndre Baker last year, does DeAndre Baker commit that crime?
I don't know. That's a good question. With the locker, I mean, it seems like now the locker room is completely different than it was even 12 months ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy because they went from, and this is what pisses me off about the OBJ fans, like you were just talking about. Our culture as a team was toxic. It wasn't even right. Like everybody, we had people doing stupid stuff off the field. And even last minute here, like with Baker and Rosas, right? That was like the very back end of the toxic. That's like the very last bit of it.
By the way, you mentioned Rosas. How about we give Gettleman credit for Gano too? Because everybody wanted Gostkowski.
Gano can't miss.
The guy's unbelievable.
And he's unbelievable. and yeah, you're right. I mean, he's there's no question that guy's, unless he just absolutely tanks. I mean, he's got to be somewhere in the talks of a Pro Bowl year for a kicker. Again, not perfect kicking conditions, and just does his job and does it well. For me, man, like I think Dave. I've been saying this. Made a video. Don't remember what I titled it. I just want to see the big three: Daniel, Joe, Dave Gettleman have another offseason together.
See, I love Joe Judge. Okay, and that's what I
What about speaking of Joe? What about the fact that maybe Dave finally found a legit coach to go with the players that he's getting?
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Pat Sherman, we all know, wasn't a great head coach. It's a great point you bring up. And
you know what I'm saying? I mean, the fact is, you can be the greatest GM in the world, but if your coach can't put 2 and 2 together, what difference does it make?
To me, it is imperative. Unless there's if they went 2-14 this year, I get it. Let's say they lose the last 6, which I don't think is going to happen, and let's say they play horrible down the stretch and they get blown out in these games, which I don't think is going to happen. Maybe you could have that conversation, like you said. But I think it is imperative for the maturation of Joe Judge, who to me is by far the most important person in this entire organization right now, to keep Dave Gettleman on. You don't want to go in and bring a guy from the outside who has no ties to Joe Judge, because now all of a sudden Joe Judge feels like he's on the hot seat. You have a good relationship with him and Gettleman. I think Gettleman and him think alike. They're old school guys. They believe in building in the trenches. They're building the team that way. I thought they worked really well together this offseason. There's no reason whatsoever, based on the way this team has performed, based on the offseason that we had, unless you just hate the guy, to get rid of Dave Gettleman with the way that this team is playing. There is no reason to do it. Just keep it as is. Let them finish the rebuild. That's
actually a really good point. If you fired Dave Gettleman, think about the hot seat that Daniel and Joe both start to feel.
Daniel, of course.
Daniel, for sure, Daniel, because everybody seems to love Joe. And, for me, man, God, I just see progress. I see something coming together. Unfortunately, we've given away some games this year that felt like 2017, 2018 Giants, 2019. But to me, again, I don't want to use COVID as an excuse, but it is a legitimate excuse to use. For me, I see the fact, I see us, even when we lost the first Eagle game. I just made this point at the very start of the stream. How can you watch 8 quarters of football between Giants and Eagles this year and not say that the Giants are a better football team?
The Giants should be 5-0 in the division right now.
Yes, they should be. You're right.
The Giants should be 5-0 in the division right now.
Exactly right. Because they had no business losing to the Cowboys the first time. They had no business losing to the
referees took 2 touchdowns off the board against the Cowboys. Yeah. And the Eagle game, we had an 11-point lead with 4.5 minutes to go. The New York Giants, they might not make the playoffs because they've lost close games. They found ways to lose games. They're a young team. They're learning to grow. And it may not be enough at year's end. They may not make the playoffs. There's no doubt in my mind. Right now, today, the New York Giants are the best team in this division. And the New York Giants, by far, have the best future in this division. And the primary reason for that is, one, our cap situation is much better than the Philadelphia Eagles, which, again, is credit to Dave Gettleman. He inherited an atrocious cap situation.
Yes.
It is much better. He has a young, emerging roster. But the most important reason, Joe Judge. Joe Judge is so much better than Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson today, do you think he takes drugs during the game?
Look, I mean, the Rob, the Eagles fan that came on, he was talking about maybe it was Frank Wright is the reason why the Eagles were so good, and now Doug is out there. And so to me, that brings up a really good point, because I think Jason Garrett, for example, is a really nice, a good thing for us. So if we took him out, who's calling plays? So the fact is maybe the Eagles really did lose something when they lost Frank Wright.
It's a really good point he brings up.
I want to ask you this, because I think a lot of people respect your opinion. So I want to hear your opinion about it, because now we can actually consider this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you nor I believe the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl this year. I don't think at any stretch that we'll go that far and say the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl. But I really do think it's important that the Giants make the playoffs. I think it's important that they win the NFC East. Tell me why. Do you believe that? And tell me why you believe that.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking me that question today, and I think it's a lot.
There's a lot of people, and I don't mean to interrupt, but there's a lot of people, and they're going to be on your channel because doom and gloom, that are going to say, "What's the point of winning all these games and just being one and done in the playoffs?"
Yeah, I get it.
What's the point? And I think there is a point.
Yeah. All right. A lot of people asked me that question today on the stream, and you're right. There were definitely some people. I don't think the majority. I think most people want to go to the playoffs, but there's definitely a portion of people that say to themselves, "Well, if we win the division, we're not doing anything in the playoffs anyway. We'd get the 19th pick or whatever pick it would be. If we miss, we'll probably still get a top 10 pick, and we're losing 10 draft picks." And that's the way they look at it. I'm with you. I'm about building a winning culture. I'm about learning to win, playing important games, and the experience of going to the playoffs. You look at Eli Manning. You know, he's our guy. You're even more so your guy. I absolutely love Eli Manning, though.
Yeah.
Eli Manning, even though he got destroyed in those playoff games, Carolina Panthers game, one of the worst games I've ever watched in my entire life, where the Giants, I don't think, got it above the 50-yard line the entire game because John Fox knew the entire playbook for the Giants, it seemed. But those losses built experience for Eli Manning in the playoffs. Those are important football games, and you have to learn how to play in big football games and win. So, no, even if they make the playoffs, I do think it's valuable experience for this football team.
And why would you want Daniel – when the Giants have a legitimate championship contending team, why would you want Daniel to play in his first playoff game then when you can go ahead and get it out of the way now?
Exactly.
Go ahead and give him some experience. Give a lot of these young guys an opportunity to feel what a postseason game feels like. Take a step up the ladder. Take a step, and you might get knocked off, but now you say, look, we reached it here with this team. Now we've improved our team in the offseason. Now we know we can go further. I don't understand how people can understand that's a foundation block that you can build.
Not to mention just the mental effect that it has on the Giants. Going into next year, they say, we're the shit. We won this division last year.
Yeah.
This is our division.
Yeah, this is our division. Yeah.
We're gonna come in and we're going to own it. So I'm completely with you on that. And Giants fans more so than anybody should realize, and we're not going to a Super Bowl this year, but Giants fans more so than anybody should realize if you get in, anything could happen.
Anything can happen.
So I will roll the dice. I mean, at the end of the day, we were 7-7 with 2 games to play, and the Jets were they had the lead on us before we had a 99-yard touchdown to Victor Cruz, and then we win those last 2 games. We go on to win the Super Bowl. So I'll roll the dice. I'll take my chances. Even if it's a 1% chance, I'll take the scratch-off ticket and I'll take my chances.
Absolutely. And if nothing else, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be fun to just to see what the playoffs is all about again. For me, man, I can't live. I never can live in a doom and gloom feeling when it comes to the Giants. I try to always stay positive, right? I always try to think that something good can still happen. And for me, I would much rather be 7-3. 3-7 is I never. Somebody said it. I think it was Big Blue Jabroni said that I can't believe we're excited about being 3-7, and he's right. But and it's a big but. This is a feel good 3-7. It's the first time in a long time we beat a division rival. I feel like in order for the Giants to be back, you have to beat your division rivals, and we still get the Cowboys one more time.
We're going to kick their ass.
We're going to kick their ass. I mean, I feel that too. I absolutely feel that. And for me, it's like I feel like we've taken a step today. So now I want to see us go and beat, someone like Seattle, someone that's considered legit.
Cleveland. Beat Cleveland. We could definitely beat Cleveland. Beat Cleveland.
I think we can beat the Bengals.
Yo, I think we should beat the Bengals.
I think we can beat Cleveland. I think we can. Arizona will be fun. Baltimore will be fun. See, I want to see us stack up against these teams. I'm glad we played Pittsburgh week 1.
Yeah.
Because, look how good Pittsburgh is. Now you get a feel for what you can do against those teams. And I was speaking to a Steelers fan when we started the stream. We would do so much better against the Steelers right now than we did week 1.
But don't forget, all right, that was another thing that I thought was funny, and it wasn't most Giants fans, but there was a portion of Giants fans after that game that were flipping out at the performance of that game. The Giants had the ball on like the 4-yard line, the last play of the third quarter. If Jones scores a touchdown there, which by the way was a magnificent drive outside of that one play,
it was.
But if the Giants scored a touchdown, but if the Giants score a touchdown there, they have a lead going into the fourth quarter against the only unbeaten team in football right now. And that team has a coach in Mike Tomlin who's been coaching there for like 15 years. They have complete familiarity throughout. We should have lost that game by 30 points. when you factor everything in with the virus and no preseason, and you're going up against literally the team with the most cohesion, probably in all of football. We had no business in even being in that game. They fought hard in that game.
Well, the Bucs game feels the same way because, Daniel threw a key interception in that game that got the Bucs right back in that game, and they went on to do what they should have done and beat us, being a more experienced team. So for me, it's like there are a couple games this year where those doomer and gloomers that want to see Daniel fail and for us to get a number one pick or whatever, you can see where they're right. Where Daniel messes up and throws the interception in Tampa, throws the interception against Pittsburgh. But then you see today where, okay, Daniel, we need you to have a nice fourth quarter against the Eagles, and he goes out and does it. And he makes progress. And he's holding on to the ball. He's not making that bad turnover. And you say, okay, like this is what we're after.
You know what I love about the New York Giants organization? And I was getting a little bit scared last year that I think they did fold to the fan base a little bit in recent history, but historically, the New York Giants don't listen to the fan base. And that's what good organizations do. Because if the New York Giants listen to the fan base, we'd have Dwayne Haskins. We'd have Isaiah Simmons.
I know.
And
I know. How bad would Dwayne Haskins be right now?
And Eli Manning never sees his first Super Bowl, by the way.
Yeah.
And we'd be, we would have moved on from probably Parcells after his first year.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was up to the fan base, if they made the decisions, the New York Giants, they'd have no patience. We'd constantly be flipping everything. I believe that the New York Giants are going to zone out the fan base. They're going to do what's best for this organization. And what's best for this organization right now is building up the rest of this roster to try to give Daniel Jones as best of an opportunity as he can to become a franchise quarterback for this team. And by the time you build it up, if he doesn't take that monumental leap, well, then you think about potentially making the shift. But right now, the New York Giants got to build the rest of this team. This team still has a lot of holes. We got to get a wide receiver. This offensive line needs to mature. We got to get a playmaker or two on defense, and this could be a very good football team. And if at that point we don't take that big leap, well, then you start to think about it. But Jones, I think, has shown enough, and he's starting to progress. Listen, he only had one game his entire career before the Washington game where he had no turnovers. Now he's had 2 games in a row without a turnover.
Yeah. He was like 8. He had it was like 18 turnovers and 26, or wasn't it something? It was like a silly it was a crazy stat.
He had the second most 34 turnovers, I think it was.
It was something crazy. I remember looking at it like, man, it's not even possible. But like, it was true. But you're right. I mean, he's done a great job. I mean, I thought one of the biggest plays a week ago was the fact that he held on to the ball late in the game when he took a
play of the game.
It was play of the game. He made a great play, and so. I will say this, and you may agree with me, and I think out of the 4 teams in the NFC East, I think I want the Giants. Like as far as going forward, I think.
Well, let's look at them. The Cowboys got a coach that the players hate playing for. They've already come out.
Yeah, they can't be buying into what he's selling.
And McCarthy sucks. Yeah. Washington moved on from their quarterback after like 12 starts in 3 different schemes in which he had 13 collegiate starts when they should have never put him in when they did. He wasn't ready. They're a complete joke of an organization.
Yeah.
And the Philadelphia Eagles have like negative $1 trillion in cap space. Carson Wentz is completely banged up. Their offensive line's a disgrace. The New York Giants.
They're getting old, too.
And they're getting old. And the New York Giants are on the uptick. The New York Giants situation is far and away. I mean, maybe you could argue the Cowboys, if Dak comes back, maybe if things start to click. But the Eagles are in a really bad situation. Washington's not going anywhere fast. New York Giants situation is by far the best, in my opinion, right now for the future.
Yeah. That's where I think a lot of the, Eagles' disappointment in saying right now, because today I feel like they saw what their future holds. Losing to the Giants a lot.
Get used to it. Get used to it, Eagles fans.
Because I honestly, I know I've been saying it last couple of years and it hasn't happened. But man, after the Thursday night game, that was a different kind of level of disappointment because that was a game we legitimately should have had. And for us I just felt really good about this game. And I know you and Bad Dog were both, saying, yeah, this is going to be a good week for us. And I felt that as well. And so to see them come out and perform was just, man, they didn't luck up into the win today either.
No.
From gate to wire, led this thing, dominated the first half. You could argue that 14-3 wasn't enough. They should have been 17-3, 21-3. I mean, it could have been a whole lot worse.
How about the special teams today?
Well, I mean, I think special teams has been amazing because of Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, Dixon is literally flipping the field. Gano is, again, I think he's a Pro Bowl kicker. I mean, he's making everything.
Yeah.
And on top of it, like, they're just not making any silly mistakes on the special teams.
Yeah.
So for me, and they're getting good. They're getting, like, even Peppers today.
Peppers had a great punt, 20 yards.
Yeah, he's getting good returns. You know, I beat up. I'm in the process of beating up Kid Blue right now, and I'm beating.
Why? Why are you gonna? You can't beat up Kid Blue. He's 3 feet tall.
I'm having fun with Kid Blue because Kid Blue was so sad about OBJ being traded.
Mm-hmm.
He was terrified. I mean, he's got there's a video, an older video of him just screaming at the top of his lungs about OBJ being traded. We won that trade.
Oh yeah.
And even seeing Peppers today perform, and you realize, look, I don't wish OBJ to get hurt, but the fact is, people were starting to forget that he was even in Cleveland. He was literally dying in Cleveland, just forgettable. Like now,
well, you know what's so funny about the OBJ crowd? He had one good game where he had like 3 touchdowns this year against the Cowboys before he got hurt, and people going, "Oh, that's it. We lost the trade. The Giants were ridiculous." Yeah. It was against the freaking Cowboys.
Yeah.
Darius Slayton had like 120 yards against the Cowboys.
This is my thing is like, okay, like you go back in time and you say, well, oh crap, we lost the trade. But now you come forward a couple years now. The Giants won the trade. Yeah. Zeitler's been fine. Like our offensive line has been so much better than what it was then.
Right.
It was so bad, right? Eli was dying back then. Our offense, like you can say Zeitler's a great guard or not. You know, you can say he's just good, but the fact is they're better. Like the offensive line's better. So, and then Peppers has been, you know, I don't love Peppers, but I think he's good. I think he's okay.
3 weeks.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been healthy. And so the fact is clear as day we've won the trade. And so I've been beating up Kid Blue because I'm like, okay, well, it's time to eat some crow. Because, you know, you were so outlandish. You did the same thing. You did the same thing with Daniel Jones. And
Daniel Jones, I did. Daniel Jones, I did.
And you guys have eaten your crow on that.
But I'll tell you one thing about Daniel Jones. I could have easily 3 or 4 weeks ago come out and said, ha, 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 ha. I was right.
It was getting close. Yeah, absolutely. It was getting close.
I did not do that. I will not do that.
If Daniel was getting very, and I don't want to say he's in the clear. I'm not saying he's in the clear.
No,
right
he's not
now.
in the clear.
He's not in the clear, but you start beating your division rivals. You start beating the Eagles. You start beating the Cowboys. You make these long runs. You know, I hate the fact that the highlight reel of him falling in that Eagles game. You know, even though we scored a touchdown.
Carson Wentz did it today. He got tripped up by the 40.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was tripping up every time he took a snap.
Because he's scared of the Giants defense.
Yeah, he's scared. But the fact is Daniel has made the steps in the right direction each week. He's gotten better from even going back to week 1. So I get that mindset. But for me, the Giants have turned, or not the Giants. Daniel Jones has turned a corner, and I feel like he's going in the right direction where he's going to be finally that franchise player that we desperately so want him to be.
I'll tell you, the last 2 weeks, the way he's played, and, you know, some Giants fans may want fantasy stats. They may want him putting up 4 or 5 touchdowns. This is what I want, especially for this type of team. I think he's maturing. I think he's getting better. You're seeing him make wiser decisions. He's not forcing balls, and he's converting on third down. The other thing I want to say is the defense today, horrible against the run. This was the first game where they were really bad against the run. They definitely got carved up there. But the third down defense today, 0 for 9 for the Eagles on third down. And the other thing that I love about Patrick Graham, you don't know where the hell it's coming from. You know, he's sending blitzes from the A-gap. He's sending blitzes from – I love Patrick Graham. His defense is so creative. And if we could get another, solid cornerback on this football team, the defense is going to be terrific because I do think this guy's a brilliant mind. I love what I'm seeing from the defense. I really do think it's a bright future.
I'm telling you, entertainer, I just give him one more offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, and you mentioned at the very first moment you came on here, find your Plaxico Burress, right, on your offense. Give them another chance to continue to work on the defense. Our defense is so much better than they were 2 years ago. 2 years ago, They had older players, you know, that weren't interested in making the big time plays anymore. Like, we're just Olays, right? Janoris Jenkins, just go ahead and take the end zone. Alec Ogletree can't do anything. Who was the other one? Who was the safety? The safety that just somebody said this the other day. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Bethea, but it was.
Bethea was last year.
No, but I was thinking there was a safety that just let someone score one time, like he gave no effort. I can't remember who it was again.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
It was so I was so upset. But the fact is our guys are giving effort now. They're just giving effort. Curtis Riley, that's who it was.
Curtis Riley. Oh,
thank you, Tom. John Opinion Sports. Curtis Riley.
Curtis Riley.
Yeah, Curtis Riley. Like, here you go. Just take the end zone. No, it's all good. You know, and it's like you see that and you said, my team doesn't care. Like, they don't care. Yeah. And when you watch the team today or even this year and you see them give effort, and yeah, they may lose, that's all that you want as a fan.
It makes you proud.
It makes you exactly. It makes you proud. And tonight, I know you feel this way. I'm proud to be a Giants fan.
I'm very proud to be.
So proud to be a Giants fan. I mean, tomorrow the sun is going to shine like it hasn't shined in a long time. I'm just going to be ecstatic.
But I just want to say this real quick. The other thing, when you look at this team this year, you're talking about not quitting. They've had every excuse in the book to quit. The pandemic, getting off to a bad start, you get destroyed by the Niners, you come back, you're going to LA where you're like a 12-point favorite, you come out and fight, you play them down to the wire. Then you have the loss against the Eagles the first time where you blew an 11-point lead, and then you got a game where nobody's giving you a chance on deck against the Bucs, where you're a 13-point underdog, and they were that close to winning that game. This team gives you everything they have, no matter what, every week, regardless of the circumstances. And that's all I could ask for as a Giants fan this year. They're giving you everything that they have. It may not be enough, but they're giving you everything that they got, and they're getting better every week. But thank you for having me on, Pizzle.
No, look, and that's a great remark. I mean, they're giving. That's all you can ask for as a fan. And to me, when I see that and I say, okay, wait a minute, what about when we get the right pieces in here? Like, not all the guys right now on the team are the right pieces. For example, I love Darius Slayton.
Yeah,
made a big time catch. But Darius Slayton, as much as I love Darius Slayton would be a great number 2.
Fantastic number 2.
Would be a fantastic number 2. Somebody that, you know, that doesn't have the number 1 corner on him at all times. Amani Toomer became even better when Plaxico Burress joined him. You know, 100%. And Amani Toomer spent many years as our number 1 receiver. So the fact is I love Darius Slayton. I want Darius Slayton, but you give him another piece to help him out.
Let him be the Robin. He could be the Robin.
Yeah, he'd be a great. You're exactly right. He'd be a great Robin to somebody's Batman. So, And on top of it, like, I want to bring this up too, because I know you've hit this point too, and I want to give you a chance. I want to give you your respect on this. I love what Joe Judge did with Golden Tate.
Loved it.
I mean, just like, there's no BS. There's no nonsense.
I couldn't believe, Pizzle, at least on my channel, and I saw it on Twitter too, a lot on Twitter. There were Giants fans defending Golden Tate. When did we become a fan base that defends divas? We're the New York Giants.
That is because of OBJ. We changed our franchise. Our fan base changed with OBJ. I mean, it made it almost to a point where it became a political issue, where you think about politics. There's people on the left and people on the right, and OBJ split the fan base where they either like the dancing and all the nonsense and the one-hand catches, or have be Giants football, where it's not about that, right? It's not. There's Bill Parcells wouldn't put up with OBJ. The crowd that watched Bill Parcells are still alive. Like, that crowd still lives. They're older, right? They got gray hair, but the fact is, those people still exist. Now there's a younger audience. They want the NBA players. They want the OBJ.
It's a microwave mentality.
Yes, but here's the thing. Golden Tate realized that he's an older vet on a team that's not going to win the Super Bowl, and he played his cards. His cards were, I'm going to try to get traded.
Yeah.
Joe Judge played his hand, and Joe Judge won. Like, that's the fact. Like, the fact is, Golden did what a lot of aging vets are supposed to do. Try to find yourself on a contender, because he just did it. Was it a year or two ago where he got traded from the Lions to the Eagles, and he made a playoff push with him as part of a piece. So he played his hand.
You know what I thought was so funny about the people that defended Golden Tate with this, because they were like, well, technically he's right. He's not targeting him. He was open. Here's my thought process. First off, we overpaid Golden Tate. Okay, we overpaid Golden Tate, and the reason we overpaid Golden Tate, at least in my opinion, was for him to be a leader. He was a guy that was going to come in here and set the example. And the reason I don't feel bad for him at all, he came in here knowing full well the situation. He knew we were going to have a rookie quarterback, and he knows with that comes growing pains. Okay, so he knew the situation he was entering. I don't feel bad for him at all.
That's the problem. That's the one thing I knock on Dave Gettleman that I have figured out as a fan. Dave always thinks that a unit needs an older vet a part of the unit. For example, John Stewart. Yeah. They felt like, well, we need to put Saquon with Jonathan, so he'll figure it out. He thinks that we need to take Golden Tate and put him with our younger receivers. We need to take Anthony Bethea and give him and put him with our secondary guys so that he can be a leader, right? I think Anthony Bethea was like the oldest safety in the damn league, right?
He was horrible.
But the thing is Dave has this mindset that he needs to bring in. I don't want to call them babysitters, but he needs to bring in guys who will help them learn how to play the pro game. What Dave, I think, fails to realize is players are coming out of college, especially quarterbacks, more prepared for the pro game, because the pro game is becoming more college football-like.
Especially at the quarterback position.
Especially quarterback. So Dave, in my opinion, if he has to get better at anything, is stop thinking that younger players are not ready. And look, I could be talking about my ass. I could honestly literally be talking about, but what I've watched is Dave bringing Ogletree. Ogletree's another one. Like, I need to bring in this older vet to help out these guys figure it out. Like, no, Dave, they're ready. Like, yeah, they're ready. Like,
and if they're not ready, they learn as they go. Like Andrew Thomas.
As they go. Like,
look at Thomas. That's another thing. You heard a lot of Giants fans.
That's kind of a problem that I've had, and I kind of beat up Dave on, is the fact of who is the leader on the offensive line.
Yeah. No.
We need a leader on the offense. I think it'll be. You know what it might end up being? Nick Gates. Nick Gates got a little attitude to him, Pizzle. I think it's gonna be Shane Lemieux.
Might be Lemieux. I like both those, but I like Gates. Gates seems to get better each and every week.
I like Dave. I just feel like Dave. Look, we've talked about him a lot. I think another thing that hurts Dave is his appearance. Right? He just nothing sexy about Dave. He's kind of
he's the opposite of sexy.
Yeah, he talks kind of funny, just like me, and but I think he means well, and I think he is a football mind. I really do. I think there is some genius to him, but he needs to realize that I don't have to bring in these old vets to teach my young guys. My young guys have coaches now who are helping them. And so you're kind of wasting a player. And Golden Tate's another example. And look, Golden Tate's made some nice plays. I mean, against, I believe it was the Buck game. The TD catch before the 2-point conversion try was elite.
It was a great throw, too. It was a great throw.
Yeah. It was a great throw, great catch. So, look, I mean, Golden Tate's done good things, but Golden Tate is just not, in my opinion, is somebody who the Giants can go forward with and next season. For me, we definitely have to address our receiver position. But again, that's why I stopped with the Daniel Jones hate, because I was starting to be affected by some of the YouTube talk and the outcomes. And I stopped and realized and said, wait a minute, what does Daniel have? What is he working with out there? He's working with
the circumstances, the whole the off season. And just because Justin Herbert's putting up numbers, that's another thing. Everybody, I got asked that question the other day. And
but Justin Herbert has Keenan Allen.
Yeah, and he's got Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. Yeah.
But I got asked that question the other day. People told me in my stream, they said, how many wins do you think the Giants would have if Dan Jones was not the quarterback and Justin Herbert was? And I said, well, I'm not saying that Justin Herbert isn't playing very well for a rookie. He's putting up great numbers, but he's got 2 wins. So you guys are the ones that tell me the Giants aren't that good. So
he's got Hunter Henry.
And not to mention, the Giants have played probably – I can't imagine they played a weaker schedule with the teams that we've played. So maybe he's got an extra win. So that was kind of my answer to that, man. We have a lot more problems than strictly the quarterback, and I think we need to fix those problems. I don't think many quarterbacks would have came into this situation this year having to learn a completely new scheme with the pandemic, with Barkley going down, with limited weapons to begin with at the wide receiver position, and flourished. And with an offensive line that was learning to go. But that's just my opinion on it, Pizzle. I am going to go, man. I absolutely love talking to you. I would love to come back on, or you come on mine whenever. Always love talking to you, but I wanted to come on here and get an opportunity to talk. Because since I've been on YouTube, this is far and away
the problem is every time we get
biggest win.
together, 3 hours go by just like that.
We'll do it. Maybe we'll do something during the bye week. Maybe we'll do something during the bye.
All right, Entertainer. Thanks for coming on, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you, buddy.
Entertainer. I mean, the one of the best of the best. All right, I'm going to close this show out with this last guest, and you guys are going to love him. If you've been on here before, you know the deal here. It's Raga. It's Raga.
Tough weekend, tough day.
Raga. Hold on, Ra. You don't just come on Pizzle's show and control. Okay, just back up. First of all, your Seahawks took an L today.
Yeah,
not good.
I didn't know that Russell Wilson became Jamarcus Russell.
Okay, that's a little harsh, but my Giants took a win. Okay.
Yeah, good for you.
So we the last time we spoke, you said that you were a 0-minute man.
Yep.
Which is about 30 seconds, which means 30 seconds and you're out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm a 30-minute man.
You've already progressed that fast?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
What happened?
Well, I kind of grew. I grew a pair. Asked her. We had fun, and yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, Rock. So now you're a 30-minute man. Well, I'm proud of you, Rock Guy.
Thank you, sir.
Can I get a go Big Blue?
Sure, go get Big Blue. Hey, at least you guys beat the Eagles. At least we beat. Isn't it nice that
I need to ask a favor for you, Rock Guy.
Sure.
I need the Seahawks to lay down to the Giants.
Yeah, actually, that might happen.
I need that because I need to look. Here's the problem: is I have now I'm reeled in on this whole season, and now I'm thinking the Giants are going to do something. Like I think we can actually make the postseason, and I need to collect some wins now.
Yeah,
and so that means like I need your Seahawks to lose to us.
Well, if they're still injured by the time we play the Giants, then you guys might have a chance, and there's going to be no crowd, so you don't have to worry about the 12th man.
Anything else, Rod Guy?
Not much. Just been a tough week. So yeah, have fun. Fuck the Eagles. I hope that makes you guys happy.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, Rod Guy. 30 minutes. Next week we're going to try to go to 45.
All right, that's good.
That's a good game plan. Rod Guy in the building. All right, I got one more before I got to go. It sucks, Arizona.
What's up, Pizzle?
Yeah.
Dude.
What's up, man? Got a dub today.
Big fucking dub today.
Close the show. I'm gonna let you close the show.
Well, I mean, I thought our guy would be a 60-minute man by now, but I guess not, right?
Nah, he's 30 minutes. He's 30 minutes. Which that's better. I mean, that gets that's a little work.
It's a little work, but so I wanted to say, hey, offensive line today went to leg day. They definitely had leg day today.
That's right. That's right. They did. Carried the load, didn't they?
They did, and you guys were talking about it just now, but I mean, the definition of this team is going to be run the ball. Joe Judge said it right when he got their first press conference, and they showed it today. Wayne Gallman hitting holes hard. I mean, the biggest win I've seen in a long time.
Oh, I mean, today, looking back on it, the Giants have not had a lot of good moments since the boat trip.
Right.
We haven't had a lot of good moments since the boat trip. And for me, today was one of the few days that I can say since the boat trip that the Giants had a great day, and we haven't had a lot of great days. And so the fact is, they were able to have a great day today, get a good win. I don't care what the Eagles' record is. I don't care what what people think of the Eagles. It's a team that we've had trouble beating, and we found a way to beat them, and that's all that matters.
Yes, sir. And we were talking, it seems like yesterday, but that was a week ago. We said it starts with beating your division rivals, and look at our 3 wins, division rivals. I mean, I really couldn't be happier. It's weird looking at this 3-7 team and being happy, and everybody's talking about that online right now. But look, we are better than we were last week. We were better than we were last year. We are moving in the right direction. I'm loving it.
And Entertainer brought up a great point. The Giants arguably could be 5-0 in the division right now.
Right.
I mean, because we shouldn't have lost the Eagles and Cowboys the first time. We could honestly be 5-0 in the division. Like, that is crazy when you think about it. Because if we were 5-0 with the ability to completely sweep the division with this team in a COVID season, like, that would be a big deal. And so I guess it's unfortunate, but to still have the ability to beat the Cowboys and finish 4-2 in the division later this year is a big deal.
Right. Yeah. And like, if we would have won those close division games, the division is ours, obviously, right now. We'd be sitting high right now. But just want to point out, I was looking at the playoff wins, and the last playoff win was the Super Bowl in 2012.
Yeah.
And that I was 12 years old at that time. And I have grown up a lot since then, and it's been tough. But I just wanted to I like sitting back and watching your post game and then taking in all the X and O's. I love Entertainer. I love everybody. And then I like to come on here and just say, hey, what a great time to have a post game party. We just beat the Philadelphia Eagles for the first time in 4 years, baby. Let's go.
Hey, let me tell you what, and I said this, Big Blue Jabroni brought it up. Giants going on to the bye week. We're going to be partying all throughout the week.
Dude, let's go.
This ain't just a tonight thing. I mean, we're going to be. I mean, this is. Wait till I get my belt. I mean, I can't wait to get my belt. I'll probably have a video out, and then we'll probably go live stream. We're gonna address that thing. That thing's ours.
Yeah, that'll be addressed.
That's not. It's not just mine. It's mine and my all the subscribers that follow my channel. We won today. And we're going to celebrate this not just this week, next week, and we're going to enjoy our bye week, and then we're going to go kick Cincinnati's ass.
Yes,
like,
sir.
I'm not in the business of losing anymore. I'm in the business of winning.
And like with how positive everything's been, how are there still fans that are saying, "Why are we winning? Why are we winning?" How?
Listen, the train's gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You either missed it or you're either on board or you missed it. I don't know what else to say to you right now.
They're trying to hop back on. Good
luck, because if you miss it, you might die. We might run you over. I mean, I told you the train was leaving the station.
Yeah.
I can blow the horn as many times as hey, either get on or get off. And all the people that have joined tonight feels like they're on. We've got Eagle Tears. They taste delicious. It's been a long time since I got Eagle Tears for breakfast, and they taste delicious. Tomorrow morning is going to be amazing. And so, yeah, it just feels so good to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And you're right. I mean, we're going places. Like, how do you not feel this way?
Yeah, I agree. And like, the fourth quarter, you're like, am I getting reeled in? I saw your tweet too. You're like, yeah, I actually got all the way reeled in this time.
Yeah, I was. When the Eagles came out with a nice little 1-2 punch in that third quarter, I said, shit, I did it again. Yeah. I got all the way reeled in, and here they come. This is where the Giants fought. But you know what? The Giants acted like a professional football team, learned from their mistakes in the previous games.
Dude, they went out and attacked them. That offense
went out and attacked them. Yeah, they went out and attacked them and got it back. Everything the Eagles did, we answered right back in the second half, and that's the sign of a good football team, man. It's a sign of a good football team.
Yes, sir.
Sox, Arizona. Thanks for joining me, man.
Hey, every time
the locks look great, man.
Hey, every time. You already know. I
mean, that shit's flowing. I'm telling you. Listen, if it was mine, I'd go all white blonde.
Okay.
I'd Ric Flair the shit out of that hair if I was you.
It reminded me of Edgar Winter a little bit.
It's a good thing I can't grow that shit out like you because I'd be white blonde.
It's because you keep shaving it off.
I gotta let it grow. I'm just saying the locks look good.
I appreciate that. I really do.
I don't hate on it.
I appreciate that. And shout out to your man cave as always. I fucking love that wall. You have no idea.
I just put up the Eli poster. I just put it up underneath. I kind of rearranged some things, and I got I put the LT. It went up. Eli's down. I have to show it off. You know, honestly, the bye week's coming up, and so I've got some other good video ideas outside of just trash talk that I'm gonna probably put out. So be looking out for that. And as always, Soxers, I appreciate you, man.
Nice. All I gotta say, 60 minutes. What's up?
60 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. All I gotta say is 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
And cry, Eagles, cry for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah.
Cry, Eagles, cry. And we got more birds in our schedule ahead. So let's just keep clipping those wings.
Yeah. Ravens, Cardinals,
Seahawks. Yes, sir.
Shit, we got a lot of birds.
We got a lot of birds.
Yeah.
Hey, and congrats on the win today. Every Giants fan deserves it, man. We've been waiting for this for a long time.
And congrats on the new baby.
Hey, man. Somebody got pregnant tonight.
Somebody got pregnant tonight. So I mean, congrats to those people out there. You know, it's always all right, Sox.
Way to close the show. I appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
All right, see you, man. Chaz Bachelor, I appreciate the cash up. I think I got more, but I can't get to it right now. I have to dig through it and do a video. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Victory party. I had a lot of great guests. Can't name them all. So many of them. Obviously good to see entertainer. Wait a minute. Hold on. Before I go. Are you there, Big Blue?
I ain't going nowhere.
You're still here. He's still here. Are you okay? Man. What happened? What got delivered?
Roommate got some Asian food.
Hell yeah. Hey, nothing like some Asian food after a big win.
Yes.
All right. I'm just checking on you. Doing okay though?
I'm doing great, man. I had a few beers through the game, few after during the stream, and I'm ready to go to bed.
All right. Thank you, Big Blue Jabronics. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Go, if you haven't watched my post-game video, go watch it. Whenever I get the belt, I know a lot of people are excited about the belt. Whenever I get the belt, you best believe we'll be making a video. And hey, you know, might have to get some spray can out. You know, we might have to do some, you know, hey, I don't know. Well, who knows? It's our belt now. We can do whatever we want with it, right? So I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you so much to even the Eagle fans, some of the Eagle fans that came out and said congrats. Obviously, love to see all the Giant fans come out and chat in the stream or just chat in the comments. Love each and every one of you guys. You don't know how much it means to me for you guys to support me. I even had some Giants freak from Puerto Rico. Like I got connections in Puerto Rico. Like, who the hell has connections in Puerto fucking Rico? Pizzle does. So I just appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's going to be a great week. I can't wait to get the belt. I can't wait to get the strap, right? And so, anyways, y'all have a good rest of the night. Tomorrow, Giant fans, just take in all that good air when you step outside. Just take in all that fresh air. It's a beautiful day. Think positive about this organization. Think positive about this team. And it feels good to go into the bye week. Be looking out for more content. And as always, let's go Big Blue. All right, fellas. Y'all and ladies. See some ladies in here. Y'all have a good rest of your night.